50 to about the 48-yard line of the Clements Rangers. They're going to mark it at the 49, actually. 2-yard gain. So how do you assess the Rangers so far in their non-district play? They romped somebody. Was it Pasadena?
They beat. They've scored 50-plus points the last 2 weeks, and a shutout last week against Pasadena. They did take teams that were good matchups for them.
So
we'll be honest about that. They didn't play heavyweights, but they have great confidence.
2nd and 8 up the middle, and that's a handoff to Graham, who breaks the seam, and he's got a first down inside the 40 to about the 37. And their offense is clicking early here, inside, outside. Graham took the inside handoff that time as they went outside the first 2 plays. Actually, the last 2 plays. That was the 4th play of the drive. They've already penetrated Ranger territory.
If after this next play, Patrick, if something huge doesn't happen, I think I will give everyone the Archer Volkswagen keys to victory.
I'd love to hear it. I was wondering about that all the way over here, what the keys to victory would be. Here they come to the line of scrimmage, the Vikings. And it's Hubbard again, and he's trying to get around to the the left tackle area, and he's going to pick up about 3 yards. That's Diedrich Hubbard. Do we have time for this keys?
So the Archer Volkswagen keys to victory are for Dulles. They need to hang on to the football. They have gotten away with an excessive number of fumbles in their new offense. In their first 3 weeks, they've gone 2-1, lost to Stratford in a 21-13 final last week. They've played very well other than fumbles, but I think Clements will make them pay if they put the ball on the ground. And we've got encroachment here, which gives us a chance to expound on that and give you more than one key to victory. And what I think about for the Clements Rangers is they need to get Patrick Smith, number 7, who is a speedster and an all-around playmaker on offense and defense. They need to find a way to get the ball into his hands. I don't think Dulles is going to throw the football and allow him to pick a pass off and maybe take it back the other way. But when they have it on offense, they're going to need to throw to an open Patrick Smith, and that offsides penalty makes it 2nd and 2.
Here's the in-motion man, Tilley. He's going to get the pitch to the left. He's got the first down, and he's clipped down at about the 25-yard line. But he did get the first down on about a 5-yard gain. That little pitch play, they send a man in motion right or left, and then they make the pitch, and he's already got a little bit of momentum. And if he's got the edge, it's going to be positive yards, and that's the 2nd or 3rd first down of this drive. And doesn't matter what Clemens does on offense if they don't have the ball.
And by the way, Dulles, I think they have about as narrow a formation of players as you would ever see.
Yeah,
there's probably 10 to 12 yards. Well, there's an exception on this play because they do have a wideout, but mostly it's a bunch.
Here's man in motion against Hubbard. He's going to fake the pitch. He keeps the ball. The quarterback, that's Mitchell, and he's going to pick up about 4 yards. All plays are clicking pretty well here for the Dulles Vikings. I think the linemen for the Vikings are literally heel to heel. I don't even think there's a gap between the linemen. They're so tight. Whereas oftentimes you see linemen, they're a foot or so apart. They're a little more spread out, but not the Vikings. All red tonight for the Vikings. Red pants, red jerseys, and, of course, the red helmets with the Viking horn in white. Double wing with the receiver left, hand off to the right side through the tackle area. It's Hubbard again, and he's going to pick up, maybe 2, 1.5 maybe. That's going to bring up a 3rd down at about 4.5. This is probably the most challenging play they've had so far, yardage-wise.
First time that Dulles has really had to think about even throwing the football as they bring in Kyle Bautista, who's probably a guy that they can line up wide to the left, which they're going to do.
Exactly.
There he goes out to the numbers, and lining up across from him as Junior Onitape, and maybe they'll throw it in his direction.
Now they're adjusting the play call as Mitchell stands up out of the crouch of the quarterback position and calls out a play. It's Tilley in motion, pitch left. He's got the 20. He's been stacked up short of the first down at about the 18-yard line. He's about 2 yards short, and I'm pretty sure they're going to go for it here. What do you think, Roger?
I think they will, but beautiful tackling by Andrew Bohovich, the free safety. He came up there, number 3, just blew up the play from his free safety position, and when you describe it as free, that kind of gives him a little bit of leeway to read what he sees. And with Dulles hardly ever throwing, he's probably going to be coming strong every time that they try to run wide.
Big play of the night here, 4th and 2.5. Mitchell has his guys up the line of scrimmage, fake handoff, and he's going to try for the first down and not get there. He's at least a yard, probably 2 yards short of the first down. The play did not look like it was kind of unfolding the way they wanted it to, and give the Rangers credit for snuffing that play on 4th down.
They sure did, and it didn't develop quickly.
No,
if you're not going to run straight ahead, then the quarterback needs to get out from under center and get outside the tackles and do whatever they have schemed to do. But the Clements Rangers defense has to feel good about that as they come up with a stop, even though they did allow Dulles to drive a long way, and they take over at their 18-yard line. They're in the middle of the field and ready to do something big.
Here's Micah Darnell at the quarterback spot. At the 18, their own 18. Here are the Rangers all in white. Handoff to Smith, the man you mentioned a little earlier, and he's trying to get around the right side, but he's going to lose about 2 yards on the play as the Dulles Vikings appear to be all over the scouting report on that play at least. I'm sure they had number 7 targeted all week in preparation for this game. Now Darnell is going to be in the shotgun formation.
And his brother Marcus is split out wide to the right. So you got Micah at quarterback and Marcus, I guess we used to call it flanker or split end over on the right.
And Junior Morales is in the backfield with him. And he's going to get the handoff up the middle. He's got the 20, 25, still on his feet. He's going to get a first down past the 30 on a good bit of running that time from JR. Did I say Junior? Yes, I think it says JR, which JR Morales. I said Junior.
He broke away on a run against Pasadena. He almost made it to the end zone. He went down, and I said, "Who shot JR?" And you got to be really old to get that joke.
Yeah, well, I'm sure there's a few people who will get that one. First down and 10 for the Rangers. First down of the game for them on their own 31 now. And Darnell waits for the shotgun snap almost over his head. He tipped it and was able to catch it, and it's tipped off the receiver's hand. And is it intercepted? We're waiting for the signal. I think
Jackson
it is.
Tilley. I think he made the catch.
Yep, that play, as we said before with the Dulles, their play.
Whoa. They've reversed it.
They reversed it.
John Severati, the referee, says, I saw the ball hit the ground. It is not Dulles football. It's simply incomplete.
Well, he had a better angle apparently, and even though he was a little further away, the Zebras that made the call were closer, but perhaps shielded. Now the Rangers are trying to get up to the line of scrimmage quick. Now I'm not sure if that ball is marked right because
it was an incomplete pass.
Yeah, they're marking it where the interception was. And was it 1st and 10?
It was 1st and 10 after the J.R. Morales run.
And they still have the down marker saying first down. They got to get this squared away here.
I think the head linesman over here is saying, wait a minute, we don't have the right line of scrimmage. Let me give you the Dulles defense here. Up front, Kenny Davis, Kevin Mejia, and Anthony Garza. And at linebackers, they have Justin Ofoma and Travion Richard. The cornerbacks are Alfred Antwi and Jalen Brown. One of the safeties is Dominic Williams. The strong safety, Maxwell Cotton, and Carter Truscott. Even though I think you've been hearing PA announcers say Truscott, it's got to be Truscott. Got to be.
Well, I've been hearing Truscott, and you're telling me Truscott, so I'm going to try to do, maybe I'll do it every other time. That last play was a fake handoff to Smith, and then a handoff to Morales, who tripped over the foot of the quarterback, Micah Darnell. So a little footwork conflict there in the backfield produces a 2-yard loss, and all of a sudden now it's 3rd and 12.
Speaking of footwork, I stepped on you. I overestimated the ability of the officials to reset the ball and get the play underway.
Well, they did it right. They got it right. That's the main thing. Shotgun formation. Darnell rolls to his right, looking downfield. Got a pass, and it's going to be incomplete. A little low that time. Was that for his brother? Can't tell the number.
They'll have to turn around where his back is to us. That's a shame. He had him open.
Was that Marcus Darnell? I can't.
That's really. Patrick Smith.
Patrick Smith. I think you're right. Yeah, number 7. Yeah, he had him open, and he was right around the first down marker, but it was a little short on the pass. Punting now are the Rangers. Back deep, we got, looks like it's Hubbard and Antwi. High snap, taken down, and it's going to be a short kick. It's going to land right around midfield. Rangers are surrounding it, letting it roll for about a 5 or 6 yard roll. Maybe an 8 yard roll. What do you got for a distance on that? Rogers measuring the distance.
29 yards on the punt by Lyle Link.
Got to give Lyle Link credit, though, for receiving the punt, or the snap. It was a little high, and he had to kind of one-hand it, and then it kind of threw off his timing a little bit to where he didn't get off a very good kick. But he got it out of there, and again, the Dulles Rangers now take over, or excuse me, the Dulles Vikings take the ball now on their own 42, their second possession. Hand off Hubbard, right side, and he's wrapped up by the Ranger defensive men. Oh boy, give me the name there.
Tosan Okopi.
Okopi. It's always nice to have Roger give me the pronunciations when I get stuck, but what a great play. It's too bad that guy's last name wasn't Johnson. I could have just made the call right away. But I'll probably try to get that right next time. Okopi. I think that's what we're going with. Second down and 11 on a 1 yard loss. Tilly has it, right side. And he breaks through for a gain of about, looks like 7 yards. Excuse me, is that Graham on that? That was Graham. Well, they got so many backs, Roger. They used, the last time I did a game with Dulles, I think I counted 5 different runners with the ball, and which to me is a real good plus to have that many runners.
Well, Devin Graham has to be very happy about that. He carried nearly 80% of the time last year, and he was just worn out.
Yeah, here's a pitch to the right, and he breaks the tackle. That's Hubbard, and he's not going to get to the line of scrimmage, as the Rangers did a great job of attacking that play, and looks like it's about a 2 yard loss, where the Dulles Vikings are now going to have to set off their first punt to the ball game.
Ferris, Rafai, and Titan Chanelak in there on the tackle, but there were several different Rangers that got a shot at him, and Hubbard, he dodged the initial tackle, but the white jerseys just kept coming.
Oh, he dodged it, but right into a pile of other Rangers, and Patrick Smith is deep for the Rangers. Now he comes up. It's going to be a fake, and it looks like Graham has it. He's going to be short of the first down. Great job by the Rangers. I saw Patrick Smith run up.
Oh, yeah.
I think they spotted it early, and Graham got the ball on a short snap, went to the right side, and he came up about a yard short of the first down. Give the Rangers credit for not being fooled in the first attempt of gadget plays tonight.
And do you know where Patrick Smith came from?
Well,
he was back to receive the punt, and he read it, and he'd made a 40-yard sprint, and he actually blew up the play 2 yards short of what they needed. Now the Rangers have the ball.
Midfield they start. They have excellent field position now, and Micah Darnell brings the team up to the line of scrimmage with Morales behind him. Pitch to the right, Morales looking for the edge. He's being chased. He's at the 50, and he's going to be gain of about 1 on the play. Great defense over there by, well, it looks like Williams, Dominic Williams. What a chase he put on him. He got a little help from his cornerback, but got to give Williams a lot of credit coming from the line, tracking down the running back. Second down and 9 from the 49-yard line. First quarter is down to about 2 minutes to play. Here's another handoff. It's going to be a reverse and maybe a pass. A reverse pass back to the quarterback. He's got it at about the 35-yard line, and there's a penalty marker on the play. Might be a late hit. The receiver who took the he took the reverse.
You always get stuck with the names. This is Michael Kazmervich.
Kazmervich, what a great job of getting the pitch and then making the pass to quarterback Michael Darnell.
That's right.
If you would have hit him in stride or a little bit in the field more, he might have been able to run down the sideline, maybe even for a touchdown. I believe there was a late hit on the play as well, as the marker is down where the pass was tossed by Kazmervich.
Yes, Kazmervich is, in fact, that is our Nick's Italian Restaurant family connection tonight, because his brother David Kazmervich was an outstanding receiver as a sophomore and a junior for Clements a couple of years ago, but he spent his senior year at a different school. And so, David, I hope you're listening. Maybe you're in the stands. I'm not sure, but your little brother, Michael Kazimierowicz, can not only catch the ball like you, he can throw it. Did you ever throw a pass, David?
Well, now they're talking to the Clements coaches, and I'm not sure what they're doing here. Let's see.
Okay, as we suspected, it is roughing the passer, Patrick, and so there's also another personal foul. I think there are 2 fouls, and maybe they're both against Dulles. And now
they're going to talk
Coach,
again.
Referee John Seferati wants to talk to one of the officials in the secondary. So I don't know if he's upset with himself, Mr. Seferati is, or his crew member. I'm not sure.
He was frustrated, as if he didn't quite know what all he needed to call. He called two defensive penalties so far, and he was about ready to make another call, and he made it sound like it was a dead ball foul. Let's see here. Maybe we'll hear it here. He's working his mic now. In that classic, we can't hear him, Roger. All right, let's see. Personal foul, roughing the passer. Hold on the offense. They offset. And then there's a dead ball. Or no dead ball. Well, if it's offsetting, it seems like it should come back to the original line of scrimmage.
It does, but
they're not bringing it back. I don't quite understand
the sticks are still way behind the ball, and now they're walking the ball back to where the sticks are.
So we have offsetting penalties, which means there's no play. So we got to go back to second and, now they're going
to go back to the original line of scrimmage for second down and walk the penalty yardage off. And by the way, this gives us a chance to say Nick's Italian Restaurant on FM 1464, just north of Austin High School, has that family connection of David Kazimierowicz a few years ago for the Rangers, and now Michael Kazimierowicz. And just remember that their family gets bigger every time you stop by. You need to go to Nick's Italian Restaurant. Their food is fabulous. The atmosphere is wonderful, and we've enjoyed it a couple of times. So if it's date night, hey, guys, take her to Nick's Italian Restaurant.
Or if
she'll really enjoy herself.
Or the guys can just go. That's a good place for the guys just to hang out too. And you had to bring that up, didn't you, Roger?
Just pay attention to the game.
Here's Darnell. He's got his back to the backfield. It's going to be a counter play. It is a counter play to Morales, who was able to get off of the left tackle for a gain of about 15 yards. They faked the pitch to on a payday, which I didn't pronounce correctly.
Onidape.
Now, I've heard both pronunciations, and
it's Onidape.
We're going to go with what Roger has just said. I got to rewrite that now. Anyway, it's a first down for the Rangers, and now they're doing a little bit of shuffling here as Morales comes back behind the quarterback. And they're looking to the sidelines for their play. Under 2 minutes to play here in the first quarter. No score, and Clements now with their first big threat of the night. Fake handoff, and he keeps it. Darnell, he's up the middle. He's got good yardage as a helmet comes rolling out of the pile. One of the Viking helmets.
Jeff Ohakawa had a part of the tackle, but his helmet came off, and he'll have to leave. And the Rangers are really rolling here on an 8-yard pickup. They have a 2nd and 2, and they are inside the 10.
They're at the 7-yard line off the fake. It was a fake handoff, and then Darnell kept it. That was the first time they've seen that play. Kind of threw the Vikings off guard a little bit, I believe, as the clock winds to 1 minute here in the first quarter. Rangers trying to break the ice first here. Got Morales in the backfield to his right, and he's got a handoff to him. He's got the edge, 5, looking for the pylon, and he's going to be brought down inside the 1. As the Viking defender was able to hog tie him there. Looked like Batista was able to bring him down, but not until he got to, now they mark it at the 1, right at the 1. As the Rangers clicking on some positive plays here the last couple of plays. And let's see, they're going to have to run one more play here in the quarter as the quarter runs to 25 seconds, and the play clock is about 7 or 8 seconds ahead of the game clock. And they bring up 3 backs in the backfield, kind of a power I formation. From the 1, Darnell hands it to the deep man, and he's in the end zone. You have the number on that, Roger?
81, Zachary Mandeville.
Mandeville. He was the I back, I guess, or the deep back, and the power I. 2 lead blockers, and a lot of good blocking on the line of scrimmage. Gets the first touchdown on the board.
And that is an Archer Volkswagen touchdown scoring drive. Covers 50 yards in 4 or 5 plays. Took 2:47 off the clock. And Allison Wang is going to kick the extra point.
Allison Wang on the field for the extra point. Bit of a high snap, and it's going to be blocked. Well, she still kicked it.
She kicked it off the ground and almost got it there.
I'm not sure. That really did not look very, very well, but she did the best she could. 6-0 Clemens. We'll be right back.
Every day someone comes up to me and says, Amy, how amazing is Xfinity Internet? And I always say, guys, I could go on and on about how it gives you more than just fast speeds for all your work, school, and everything from home needs, but I have places to be. I'd also mention you can save up to $400 a year on wireless when you add Xfinity Mobile and get nationwide 5G at no extra cost. But I gotta run. I have a thing. Really, it happens all the time. Can your internet do that?
Get started with Xfinity Internet for $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year agreement and get a special offer of $100 back when you sign up online. Plus, save up to $400 a year on wireless when you add Xfinity Mobile. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today to learn more. Requires paperless billing and autopay. Ends 9/21/21. Restrictions apply. New Performance Starter Plus Internet customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply. Compares pricing of top carriers. Xfinity Internet required.
Well, Patrick, there is a slight disadvantage to Clements scoring before the end of the first quarter because the wind is in their face. If they had scored on the first play of the second quarter and kicked off from north to south, there's no doubt that Lyle Link could have powered the ball through the end zone. But because there's a little bit of, I'm sorry, it's not Lyle Link who does the kicking off. My bad. That is actually Timothy Kroon. Timothy Kroon will probably not be able to get it to the end zone, so maybe Dulles can come up with a big play on the kickoff return.
And deep for Dulles is Hodges and Antwi. Let's see if Kroon can get a decent kickoff, see if he'll maybe line drive it. Here's his kick. Yeah, he kicks it in the air pretty well, pretty deep. It's over the head. Did he call for a fair catch? No.
Yes, he did. He called for a fair catch and made it, and then he ran with it, which I think is a penalty.
Well, he kind of waved his arm sort of sideways and sure looked like a fair catch. And as you said, they did call it, but he ran a few steps as if to say, I'm not sure if I called a fair catch.
Well, what I just said might be an antiquated understanding of the rules. I think now that they have those safety, these rules in the interest of safety where you can call a fair catch within the field of play and they move it out to the 25, I don't think that you can get penalized if you start running with the football, because as long as the officials are blowing the whistle and making the touchback signal, then no worries.
Yeah, here's the ball to 25. This should be the last play of the quarter. Vikings third possession, and they're up the line of scrimmage. Pitch to the right, through the right side. It's going to be a gain of about 4 or 5 yards for Jalen Brown. That'll be the last play of the first quarter. After 1, Clements 6, Dulles nothing.
It's that time of year where you hear people using the S word. September, that is. Occasionally, you can hear the great employees at First Tire and Automotive using another S word with customers. Savings. Fall specials include 50% off an oil change. Now's the time to make sure your auto is ready to kick off the season in tip-top shape. Head to the website firsttireandauto.com and claim your savings. First Tire and Automotive, a proud sponsor of Fort Bend Vype Sports. Make your appointment today at any of the 4 convenient locations in Sugar Land and Cinco Ranch. All 4 stores open on Saturday. firsttireandauto.com.
Hi, this is Mariela
and Melina coming to you from Nick's Italian Restaurant, where you can come and try one of our house specialties, the Nick's Shrimp, or one of our chicken pistachios. Not in the mood for food, you can also try one of our savory desserts like our homemade tiramisu or cannoli.
We're located on FM 1464, just north of Austin High School.
Can't dine in? You can call ahead at 346-401-1546 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Or you can hit us on one of the major delivery platforms, Uber, Grubhub, or DoorDash.
We look forward to seeing you here at Nick's Italian Restaurant, where our family gets bigger every time you stop by.
Back here at Hall Stadium, second quarter just underway. 2nd and 4 for the Vikings. Handoff inside. And it's going to be a pickup of about 3 or 4 yards. That's Graham, who took the handoff from the fullback position, and he's able to get up to the 34-yard line, just 1 yard short of the first down. The Vikings have moved the ball fairly well here tonight. They just, well, that first drive was a good drive. The second drive, I guess, wasn't that great. But they've got a 3rd and 1 here. They've good position to pick up a first down possibly here. They trail 6-0. They're to the line with that tight formation. Antwi in motion. He's going to get the pitch to the right. He cuts it back up the middle, and he's over the line for a first down. He had to kind of fight for that one, and he was able to fight hard enough to get that first down.
And Junior Onitape was in there on the tackle just enough to get the first down. Now they have it 1st and 10 at their own 36. And Dulles has the type of offense, they're going to keep running at you, they're going to keep pounding you, and they count on not making mistakes. So they do have to execute probably 10 or more plays to get down the field, but they got to make sure they have ball security.
That's for sure. 1st and 10, you just said it. He dropped the snap, and it was picked up by the up back. He was able to get about 1 yard, and who's in there on that tackle?
Fannin Cross. And he had a huge game at Pasadena last Thursday night.
Graham was able to pick up that ball off the ground as Mitchell mishandled the snap. He just picked it up off the ground, did Graham, and he just went to the hole, and he's able to pick up 1, and the Vikings were able to avoid disaster there.
You know, back on Labor Day weekend, I was listening to your call of Dulles versus Willow Ridge. The Vikings fumbled the ball over and over, but were able to overcome it against Willow Ridge.
And here's the pitch to the left now. It's Hubbard. He's met strongly at about the 41, but he's able to bounce off and then pick up another 4 or 5 yards. And he brings up a 3rd and short, 3rd and 2 now.
Matt McGinnis and Ferris Rafai, the linebackers in the middle there for Clements. Those guys are outstanding, but on that play, McGinnis came up and struck Hubbard, but he just didn't wrap up, and Hubbard kept moving.
He bounced off and was able to pick up at least 3 more yards. As you mentioned earlier about those turnovers in that particular game, I don't think they're going to be able to get away with that against Clements tonight. The multiple turnovers. Here they come, 3rd and 2. Antwi, he's got the first down, I believe, over the 46. Now he's at the 47, so he's able to pick up about 3 tough yards. That's all they needed for the first down, and the sticks move again. And this is just exactly what Dulles likes to do. Pound it, and pound it some more. And then keep the ball out of the hands of the offense of the other team, which is a good defense. Actually.
You know what just happened, Patrick?
What happened?
That's a first down.
Okay, what about it?
Think of First Tire and Automotive for all your car care needs. Check them out at firsttireandauto.com. They have a great location in First Colony, good for people from Clements and Dulles.
And it's now 1st and 10 for Dulles. Hand off to the left side. He's got the gap. It's Brown, and he's able to get about 6 or 7, well, close to 8 yards. Call it 7. Let's see where they mark it here.
You know, on that particular run, he was kind of making little micro moves to kind of get a defender leaning one way or the other. We used to call that either shaking and baking or shucking and jiving.
Yeah, I've heard both of those, and sometimes people used to call it juking. Juking. You ever heard that one?
Yeah.
Juking? Well, there's an 8-yard pickup, so it's 2nd and 2, 45-yard line of the Rangers, and the red Dulles Vikings are about to get another first down as Brown takes it again, this time for about 4 yards to the right side. And another first down.
Yep, that's a first down. Think of First Tire and Automotive for all your car care needs. Check them out at firsttireandauto.com, and they're playing fast.
Yes, they're right at the line of scrimmage again. I haven't seen this yet. Brown goes in motion. He takes the pitch to the right. He's got the hole. He's at the 35, 30, 25, 20. Makes a cut back, and he's down about the 15-yard line. So they ran a little quick that time, Roger, as you'd said. And they pitched it to Brown, who found a nice hole. Is able to get all the way down to the 15-yard line. And they're at the line of scrimmage again early. Well, now they're going to semi-huddle, I think. Now they go back into a huddle.
You know, they've already burned off 4 minutes of the clock in this second quarter.
Yep.
And, you know, they're looking to just run a few more plays, and, you know, maybe they'll burn off 5 minutes or more before they get into the end zone. But, of course, not so fast, my friend. Clements' defense was able to bend but not break on the first possession.
Yeah, they held him at the 18-yard line in that first possession. Here's a handoff, Antwi to the right side. He's got the seam, and he's down to about the 10 for a pickup of close to 6 yards. Yeah, the first quarter, the first drive, I think they use up about 6 minutes of the time. And now, like you said, they're using up close to 5 minutes of this quarter so far. We have a player down on the far side. One of the Rangers is down.
Well, I think Titan Chanelak came up and made that tackle, but now he's down. The trainers are looking at him. We'll be back here on VypeFortBend.com. 6-0 Clements over Dulles.
It's that time of year where you hear people using the S word. September, that is. Occasionally, you can hear the great employees at First Tire and Automotive using another S word with customers. Savings. Fall specials include 50% off an oil change. Now's the time to make sure your auto is ready to kick off the season in tip-top shape. Head to the website firsttireandauto.com and claim your savings. First Tire and Automotive, a proud sponsor of Fort Bend Vype Sports. Make your appointment today at any of the 4 convenient locations in Sugar Land and Cinco Ranch. All 4 stores open on Saturday. firsttireandauto.com.
Archer Volkswagen showroom is open, and our team's excited to help you. Visit our sales department Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Or bring your car in for service from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're closed on Sundays to rest and recharge with our families, so we can serve you well through the week. We hope to see you soon.
Back here, Hall Stadium, 6-0 Rangers on top of the Dulles Vikings. Vikings are on the march, though. They're at the 10-yard line of the Rangers with a second down and about 5 yards to go. A little less than 5.
You know what we got this week, Patrick?
What do we got?
We got an awesome halftime show with the one and only Craig Way, the voice of state championship games on Fox Sports Southwest, now Bally Sports Southwest.
That's going to be great.
High School Scoreboard Live host.
Here they are in a T formation. Handoff, left side. It looks like looks like Graham, but I'm not sure of the number. Let's see. It might be Tilly. Let's see.
It is Tilly.
Tilly got the ball. He had 2 blockers in front of him. They were in a straight T formation, and nothing doing that time. No gain. Brings up a 3rd and 5. These are tough situations for this tight double wing offense. As Roger had mentioned earlier about the lack of passing prowess that the Vikings have this year, this might be a situation they do pass. 3rd and 5 from the 10. And now they're trying to get set up. They got a receiver to the right, Bailey. It's going to be a handoff to Brown. He finds a little bit of a hole, but he's stacked up at about the 8-yard line. He's going to be short of the first down by a good 3 yards.
All right, now, Patrick, the first time when they were about this close and had a 4th down, they could have kicked a field goal because they had the wind at their back. This time in the second quarter, they have the wind in their face. I don't think they're going to kick it, but they got to somehow get a 3-yard gain to advance as far as they need to. And they have a player that just came in that wears number 23.
But no
one on our roster wearing number 23.
Yeah, we have a no name for 23. It's 4th and 3, the second 4th down situation for the Vikings. At the line of scrimmage, it's going to be Mitchell's going to keep it. He's going to be short of the first down again, much to the happiness of the Ranger faithful. I think he lost yardage on that play. He followed his blockers, followed his runners, and the Rangers were all over that play.
The Rangers are getting penetration up on that defensive front. They're shooting through the gaps and just disrupting everything that the Vikings are trying to do. They're hitting a lot of guys who are carrying the football behind the line of scrimmage, and they're a long way from the end zone. They're at their own 8-yard line, but Rangers got to be feeling good about themselves.
Well, I'll say what I was going to say here in just a minute. Here's Darnell in his shotgun formation from his own 8. Hand off, left side, he's stacked up. That's Morales, and he had nowhere to go that time as the Vikings were all over that play. The Vikings put a 7-minute drive together, took it all the way down to the 8, only to come up short on 4th down for the second time of the ball game. They've taken it inside the 20 the first time. They took it inside the 10 on their 3rd series, or maybe it was the 4th series. No points on the board, though. 2nd down and 10. And now there's a little jump offside, I think, on the Vikings. Here's a long pass down the left side. It's going to be incomplete. And a penalty marker down there, too. Looks like it's going to be offside and defensive pass interference.
They were trying to get the ball to Joey Mongonia, and down on the field prior to the game, I was really surprised to see how tall he is. And, you know, if you got a receiver with any kind of speed at all and big hands who can, you know, outleap a smaller, quick defender, then that's a great weapon to have. I won't say he was open. He was very well covered. But, you know, a smallish defensive back fighting up against him, you know, it's very easy for a defensive back with that height disadvantage to get called for a penalty.
That was looked like Jalen Brown was over there trying to cover him, and you said how tall he was, the receiver. And I thought Jalen Brown actually did a pretty good job on that play. Might have got his hands in there a little early, but obviously the referee is a lot closer to that play than I am.
When you think of some of those defensive backs in the NFL who really are that very rare combination of a big guy who is just as quick as the guy who's 6 feet or shorter.
Yeah.
Like I think about Bobby Taylor with the Philadelphia Eagles, whose son now plays for the Katy Tigers. You know, actually, yeah, it's Bobby Taylor and Bobby Taylor Jr.
Well, the Rangers are beneficial of that penalty, and they have the ball on the 23-yard line now. And it's 1st and 10. Man in motion, handoff. Morales, and he's inside for maybe 1 yard. He's not finding a whole lot of room in there.
By the way, you know who else we're going to have at halftime? We're going to have Robert Archer, who is the GM of Archer Volkswagen. And he's got some sports stories to tell, although they might not be, you know, in the most mainstream of sports. You'll be very surprised to hear how he kept himself busy as an athlete in high school.
You got me interested. Here's Darnell in the shotgun with Morales now going in motion to his right. Looks to the right, but downfield. He's got his brother for a reception. I believe that's Marcus Darnell who makes that reception on a slant pass. All the way down to the 44.
Sorry about that.
That's all right.
That's a first down. Think of First Tire and Automotive for all your car care needs. Check them out at firsttireandauto.com.
Well, I said the 44. You got to the 43, so they're at their own 43. They started at the 8, their own 8-yard line. Got a defensive pass interference penalty. They were a beneficiary of that. Now they've made a nice play here, marching it all the way toward midfield. Pitch to the left. It's Morales. Cuts the corner, and he gets to the 50 and beyond the 50 where he's form tackled at about the 49, but he had picked up about 8 yards before he was tackled. So a good first down play for the Rangers.
And this second quarter is really flying by here. We've got fewer than 3 minutes to go, and Dulles really used a lot of plays and a lot of time getting all the way down the field inside the 10, and that's where the Rangers defense turned them back.
And it doesn't matter what you do if you don't put any points on the board. That's pretty tough to produce a lot of yardage, but no points. Pitch to the right. And it's a different runner this time. He's got the first down to the 44-yard line. It's Onipiday with the first down.
But hold on, we got a whistle, and I think maybe we have an injury. We'll step aside real quickly 2:24 to go before the half. 6-0 Clements over Dulles.
Hello fans, this is Bradley Stavanaugh with Needville Insurance. We know Fort Bend County. I'm a 4th generation resident of Fort Bend. I'm your local, hometown, trusted agent. With over 30 carriers and 9 auto insurance carriers, we shop the insurance for you. We know insurance is hard. We know it's complicated. We make it easy for you. We have Spanish speakers here available for you. Call us at 979-793-7411 or needvilleinsurance.com. Once again, call us 979-793-7411.
We see all you do to get work done, whether it's keeping your office clean or redesigning your space for 3 or 300. Our business is to keep business going. Buy online and pick up in store or get free next business day shipping at Office Depot, OfficeMax, and OfficeDepot.com.
Here are the Rangers now at the 44-yard line of the Vikings. Fake handoff, now an inside counter play. Morales has it, and he's inside the 30 for a pickup of about 14 yards.
I really like that creativity there, Patrick. You have Micah Darnell kind of like he's going to throw one of those really wide sweep, a quick toss to a guy going wide, and then back in the other direction, and up the middle comes Morales.
It was a great fake and a counter action back to the left. Good job by Micah Darnell with his ball faking and footwork there. And a good run from Morales. 1st and 10 from the 30. They've marched all the way from their own 8. Handoff, fake. Darnell has it, and a great tackle there by Brown.
And a lot of respect there. A nice spin move by Micah, and yet into the arms of Jalen Brown, and Jalen Brown helped him up. That's good to see. And a timeout is taken with 1:26 to go before the half. Rangers want to talk it over on 2nd and 10. We'll continue on VypeFortBend.com.
Every day, someone comes up to me and says, Amy, how amazing is Xfinity Internet? And I always say, guys, I could go on and on about how it gives you more than just fast speeds for all your work, school, and everything from home needs, but I have places to be. I'd also mention you can save up to $400 a year on wireless when you add Xfinity Mobile and get nationwide 5G at no extra cost. But I gotta run. I have a thing. Really, it happens all the time. Can your internet do that?
Get started with Xfinity Internet for $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year agreement and get a special offer of $100 back when you sign up online. Plus, save up to $400 a year on wireless when you add Xfinity Mobile. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today to learn more. Requires paperless billing and autopay. Ends 9/21/21. Restrictions apply. New Performance Starter Plus Internet customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply. Compares pricing of top carriers. Xfinity Internet required.
2nd down and 10 for the Rangers at the Viking 30-yard line. 1:26 to play here, 2nd quarter. The Rangers on top, 6-0. And they're driving. Darnell waits for the snap, shotgun. Morales has it, left side. He's got 5, 6, 7 yards with a tough run in there. And it'll bring up 3rd down and 3 as the clock continues to wind. The Rangers would love to score with not much time remaining on the clock and go in with a bigger lead here. Darnell has it. The clock approaches 1 minute. They go to the sidelines looking for the play. And the play clock has plenty of time, 20 seconds, but the game clock is underneath a minute now. Here's another handoff, same play. Morales has it, and he breaks the 20 to the 15, inside the 15 to about the 14-yard line. And they found a play they like.
You mentioned they want to score here with not much time left, and another thing that they have going for them is that they will receive the football to start the 3rd quarter.
That is a great point. Here's the same play. Morales now breaks it to the outside. He tries to get to the 10, but he's brought down. There's going to be a timeout by the Rangers. 35 seconds. And we're going to take a short break. 6-0 Rangers.
It's that time of year where you hear people using the S word. September, that is. Occasionally, you can hear the great employees at First Tire and Automotive using another S word with customers. Savings. Fall specials include 50% off an oil change. Now's the time to make sure your auto is ready to kick off the season in tip-top shape. Head to the website firsttireandauto.com and claim your savings. First Tire and Automotive, a proud sponsor of Fort Bend Vype Sports. Make your appointment today at any of the 4 convenient locations in Sugar Land and Cinco Ranch. All 4 stores open on Saturday. firsttireandauto.com.
Archer Volkswagen showroom is open, and our team's excited to help you. Visit our sales department Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Or bring your car in for service from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're closed on Sundays to rest and recharge with our families, so we can serve you well through the week. We hope to see you soon.
Second down and 8 yards to go for the Rangers at the 12-yard line. Fake handoff. Darnell rolls to the right, looking downfield. He's got his man open at the 5, and it's received down there. And I'm trying to get the number 9. It's Mo.
I'm going to go with Mosier. This time I have no idea, Patrick.
Gabe Mosier. I have a kind of a phonetic writing there, and I still couldn't read it. We're going to take another break. 25 seconds, remaining in the half.
Hi, this is Mariela
and Melina coming to you from Nick's Italian Restaurant, where you can come and try one of our house specialties, the Nick's Shrimp, or one of our chicken pistachios. Not in the mood for food, you can also try one of our savory desserts like our homemade tiramisu or cannoli.
We're located on FM 1464, just north of Austin High School.
Can't dine in? You can call ahead at 346-401-1546 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Or you can hit us on one of the major delivery platforms, Uber, Grubhub, or DoorDash.
We look forward to seeing you here at Nick's Italian Restaurant, where our family gets bigger every time you stop by.
Here come the Rangers. 3rd and 1 from the 5-yard line. Darnell has a power backfield again. The power eye. Handoff fake. Looking to the end zone. Short of the end zone. The reception is made by Morales. He's got the first down, and he got out of bounds at the 3. Nice play by the Rangers.
I am really impressed, not just with the execution, but the clock management, Patrick. They're doing such a good job. They've used their timeouts. They didn't wait so long to use those timeouts that they're in a bind, and they run a pass into the flat on the right so that they get out of bounds, and here they go, 1st and goal at the 3.
He's got 3 receivers to the left and Morales in the backfield. Darnell waits for the snap from the shotgun formation. Rolls to his right, into the end zone, to his brother. Touchdown. There's a penalty marker on a play. If it stands, it's Marcus Darnell with the reception on a nice little rollout pass, but looks like we have holding against the Rangers.
Oh, that's revolting development for the Rangers, who had so many things going their way.
Yep.
But all is not lost. With the holding penalty, that'll back them up, I think, to the 13. And it'll still just be 2nd down. But what they're going to have to do with no timeouts is have Micah Darnell throw the football and make sure it's either caught in the end zone or goes out of bounds, or you make sure nobody catches it.
They've taken out what that play did. Obviously took a touchdown away, but now the running game probably out of the question here with 16 seconds to play from the 13-yard line. That was another beautiful play. Roll out. Marcus Darnell was open in the end zone, and beautiful pass, but called back because of a hold. That was their first big mistake, I think, here of the night. Here's a shotgun snap into the end zone. It's going to be Patrick Smith, and he almost had it. He had it off the tip of his fingertips, and covering on the play was Jalen Brown right there. And Smith, who has not touched the ball a whole lot tonight, got his fingertips on that. I'm not sure if he got his feet in bounds or not.
We're 11 seconds away from a great halftime of Robert Archer of Archer Volkswagen and Craig Way, who is so many things to so many people. I really enjoyed visiting with Craig Way, and I'm going to enjoy visiting with him in a few minutes.
And it's 2nd down and goal now from the 13 with 11 seconds to play. Darnell rolls to his left, being chased by Tilley. And he's going to get it off into the end zone. It's tipped out of there. Nice play by Truscott. Is that right?
Yep.
We got Carter Truscott got a hand on that. And there were 2 Ranger receivers in there. Now here's a dilemma here, Roger. We got 3.4 to play.
There's no dilemma. Kick it.
Well, I don't see the kicking team on the field. I would think you would kick it, but you're talking, what, a 30-yard field goal here?
Yeah, it would be very easy. I'm sure that Lyle Link could hit it, no problem.
Well, they're not going to kick it, though, it doesn't look like.
Oh, boy. They are rolling the dice.
Well, the Vikings have had 2 scoring opportunities that they did not cash in on, and here is the Rangers now with a chance to score or get nothing out of this drive. 3rd and goal, but there's only 3.4 to play in the first half. Darnell looks left, still looking left, across the middle, no chance. His receiver had no chance for that. That was Patrick Smith, and the Vikings have dodged a bullet. We played the first half with a 6-0 score, Roger.
And Clements used the final 5:01 of this second quarter, and they drove a long way. So Dulles has had 2 very long drives that ended up getting nothing out of it, and Clements closes the first half with a drive where they go a long way and get nothing, and they won't like it,
right,
if you know what I mean.
Both teams.
All right, we'll be back with Robert Archer. This is VipeFortBend.com. 6-0. Clements leads Dulles at the half.
Hello fans, this is Bradley Stavanaugh with Needville Insurance. We know Fort Bend County. I'm a 4th generation resident of Fort Bend. I'm your local, hometown, trusted agent. With over 30 carriers and 9 auto insurance carriers, we shop the insurance for you. We know insurance is hard. We know it's complicated. We make it easy for you. We have Spanish speakers here available for you. Call us at 979-793-7411 or needvilleinsurance.com. Once again, call us 979-793-7411.
Hey high schoolers, are you interested in a career in sports media? Vype can help. Launched in 2017, our Vype U Ambassador Program is a one-of-a-kind educational scholarship program that offers high school students a chance to gain hands-on experience in the sports media field. Vype U also gives students a platform to build their portfolio of creative work under the guidance of Vype's seasoned professionals. From covering games to publishing photos, writing articles, and conducting on-camera interviews, each Vype U ambassador receives an immersive experience geared toward their interests, while promoting their own school and preparing them for their future. Email info@vypemedia.com to find out more about Vype U today.
You are the master. And we mean everything. We take care of you, so you can take care of business. Office Depot Office Max. Taking care of business.
Archer Volkswagen showroom is open, and our team's excited to help you. Visit our sales department Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Or bring your car in for service from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're closed on Sundays to rest and recharge with our families, so we can serve you well through the week. We hope to see you soon.
Welcome to halftime on VipeFortBend.com, your broadcast home for Fort Bend County high school sports. And what a privilege here to talk to Robert Archer. He is the guy who's in charge at Archer Volkswagen. We thank them so much for being a sponsor this year. Robert, how have things been going for you and your family? And, of course, Archer Volkswagen, open since 1956.
You know, Roger, I'm blessed. So far, there's been inventory shortages past year, but with it, we're very lucky to to have inventory and be able to meet the needs of everybody in our community. It's a fluid situation, so at some points have been better than others, but I mean we've just been blessed. We really have just been great.
Well, times are kind of tough because I suppose it's a supply chain thing where you need those microchips. No new car can be built without that kind of capacity. So I guess for the people out there who have a car and might be wanting a different one, there's never been a time to trade, right?
I mean, as long as you have a trade-in, it's never been worth more, and there's never been a better time to buy a car. I mean, the amount of people that are taking advantage of their equity, whether it's, with a lease or with, a vehicle they have, or with a beater that's been sitting in their driveway for, 15 years, it's been incredible. Taking advantage of where the market's at. Yeah, it's been great.
And I think I got in a little hurry on my last sentence. I kind of left out the important word, which was better. I said it's never been a time to trade. It's never been a better time to trade. So, if you are in the mood to look into an upgrade for your car, they'd be happy to see you at Archer Volkswagen. And, at the risk of sounding like the geezer guy, I'm going to talk about some things that people know Volkswagen for. First of all, their signature car, the Beetle, just the little thing, kind of like if you've seen a Herbie and the Love Bug movies. It was so beautifully engineered, German engineering, that if you close all the doors and windows, it would float.
Oh, yeah. And I can't tell you how many people, whether they're buying a car for, one of their kids have told me, I used to have a 1973 or 64 Beetle, and I loved it. Didn't have AC or window, roll-up windows or a radio or anything. But, man, it represented freedom and just being able to travel anywhere. The people's car. That's what Volkswagen stands for.
Well, and before we started talking to you here, I told you off mic that my sister owned a brand new Beetle, and she was very happy with it, very proud. And, of course, there were the Love Bug movies. I mean, I'm old enough to remember the ones that had Dean Jones and Michelle Lee, and not the one with
Lindsay Lohan.
Lindsay Lohan, yeah. I remember what she looked like in that Love Bug movie. Yeah. And was that wasn't the one that had what's his name? I'm thinking about the Transformers guy. I'm mixing up movies. The modern Love Bug and the Transformers. Shia LaBeouf, that guy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess you are a young man. Maybe Shia LaBeouf is younger than you. I'm not really sure. But talk to us about the different kind of ways that Volkswagen has kind of evolved. Number one, they used to make all their cars in Germany, but now I think there are only 2 models that are still made there. The most are built and assembled in either the United States or Mexico, but it has a wide variety of things that people would want in a vehicle.
Yeah, it used to be that all our cars were made in Germany, but Volkswagen wants to, very deeply have a massive presence here in the U.S. So we have both the Atlas Cross Sport, the Passat, and Volkswagen's all-electric car, the ID4. That one's actually in the process of being built here in the U.S., but they really want to have a big presence here in employing Americans. But great lineup right now, absolutely fantastic.
Well, I've always been intrigued by car names. Mm-hmm. When I was a kid, it seemed like nearly every car had an animal name to it. Mm-hmm. But there have been so many new car companies that have developed over the decades, and they are offering more different kinds of models that Volkswagen has been about as creative as any other company that I've known. And I didn't know until you told me a few minutes ago that Tiguan is not really a word or a name, but it's the combination of 2 words, right?
It's a combination of tiger and iguana. Volkswagen's always been famous for, creating a name that kind of stands out, especially in a world where, with a lot of model names sound like printers, VQX 9000 and whatnot. You know, it's kind of nice to have something refreshing, like T1 or Atlas or Taos. Yeah.
And speaking of Taos, you said that the Taos and the ID4, Volkswagen's first electric car, are for people who want the newest, latest thing. That's really what people are coming to Volkswagen for, right?
Well, there are 2 newest models. The Taos is really a special place for us. It's our smallest SUV, and in a lot of ways sits adjacent to the Jetta, and as a good replacement. As people have started to move out of sedans and into SUVs, it offers a great transition point, or a great entry point for somebody who hasn't had a car yet. The ID4, Volkswagen's first real step into electric, with an SUV of 250 miles of range. Volkswagen really wants to be, the company that's at the forefront of electric, and it's their first step into it, and the changes that are coming the next few years are going to be impressive. Very excited.
And by the way, I didn't realize that this had happened. You told me in 2019, that's when the last of the Beetles was rolling off the assembly line. So they're not making any new Beetles, but they did in the early 2000s introduce a new model that really was popular for several years.
Yeah, the Beetle, the new Beetle, which came out in the early 2000s, was one of Volkswagen's, turning points here in the U.S. For a while, they lost a lot of popularity after the Beetle, and the bus went out of production in the 70s and 80s. But when those came back, it was huge for us here in the U.S. and really helped us gain a good foothold. The Beetle's gone, unfortunately, but the electric bus is coming here in the next couple of years. So it's nice to see something of the old guard still present in the lineup.
Yeah, in fact, I can't believe I forgot to ask you about that. I'm looking right now at a picture you brought me of one of those old vans. It's got the flower power decoration to it. There were some legendary stories that could be told about a long journey taken in a Volkswagen microbus.
Yep, and now we're looking forward to some electric stories coming from a Volkswagen microbus. So, yeah, it's a very exciting future for us here at Volkswagen.
All right, well, I know you're probably asking yourself, what is it that Robert Archer and Lance Armstrong have in common? We're going to talk about that when we return on the halftime show. You're listening to VypeFortBend.com, your broadcast home for Fort Bend County sports. Don't go away.
Hi, this is Mariela
and Melina coming to you from Nick's Italian Restaurant, where you can come and try one of our house specialties, the Nick's Shrimp, or one of our chicken pistachios. Not in the mood for food, you can also try one of our savory desserts like our homemade tiramisu or cannoli.
We're located on FM 1464, just north of Austin High School.
Can't dine in? You can call ahead at 346-401-1546 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Or you can hit us on one of the major delivery platforms, Uber, Grubhub, or DoorDash.
We look forward to seeing you here at Nick's Italian Restaurant, where our family gets bigger every time you stop by.
Welcome back to Fort Bend County High School football, and our halftime score is
Clements 6, Dulles nothing.
And we continue our visit with Robert Archer and Archer Volkswagen. We thank you so much, first of all, Robert, for being a sponsor, making this possible, because we're going to make it pay off for you, because we're going to do well over 100 broadcasted events throughout the school year. And, when son or daughter is thinking they want a car, hopefully things will get where there's a much greater inventory and they can come on by. But let's talk about what high school sports mean to you. Not every high school sport is UIL sanctioned. Sometimes people get into a sport that maybe is kind of a club or a different organization, like USA Cycling. You were a cyclist when you were in high school. So tell us about your great adventures, how you came so close to your greatest triumph.
Lance Armstrong was my hero as a kid, and that meant a lot for me. And I really wanted to follow in his tainted footsteps, unfortunately.
His tainted footsteps. I've never heard that phrase, but that's a good one.
Yeah, it's hard to see your childhood hero fall, but it got me into a great sport where I really got to push myself. We were lucky enough one year to have the regional championship in Houston, and in that race, I was there with the group. There was a kid from Arkansas he was off the front by himself. As the race was coming to a close, we were all trying to get, alone to go ahead and get in front of him. And I had finally done it after trying for several times. I'd broken away from the rest of the field. I was by myself.
You were running him down, baby.
I was running him down. I was coming right up on him. And in the third to last corner, I was almost there, and I crashed, wiped out, and finished dead last, unfortunately. But I thought I had it. State championship and regional championship right there. Yep.
They could have taken video or film of that and said, the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. And you could have been like the guy on the ski jump on the old Wide World of Sports program. But Lance Armstrong, such a great source of pride as a Texan. And, you know, if any of our listeners out there have not watched the 30 for 30 program about him, it's just fascinating to hear him and all the other people who were involved, the things they say about him. But there are a lot of things that might surprise you about what it's like being in cycling. I forgot to ask this question. Was it the Alkek Velodrome? There's that place. Is that where the race took place?
No, it wasn't. So that's actually, there's a couple different types of cycling. I'm impressed that you know what the Alkek Velodrome is, because unfortunately enough people don't. It's very exciting. So those races there last anywhere from about 30 seconds to 15 minutes. So they're very short. But it's fun because you can do like the last little bit of a race 3 to 4 times a night. But I got to do a lot of racing there. And actually the bikes in those races don't even have brakes. So it's a whole different type of racing, but it's a blast, yeah.
The thing about the Alkek Velodrome that made me remember it is they had an Olympic festival in Houston, I think in the 80s, and I think they were going to remodel the Alkek Velodrome because Houston actually made an Olympic bid. You know, they wanted to tell the United States Olympic Committee, we're the city that can host it. We've got all these existing venues that are close enough to each other but not too close to each other. We've got a plan, but, you know, we don't have a Golden Gate Bridge or some kind of landmark like that. And George DeMontron actually put together an awesome presentation. And after they turned Houston down, he said, what could we have done different and made it better? They said, oh, nothing.
Oh.
So that's kind of a hard answer to accept. But let's, you know, we cover UIL sports, the public schools, but I so admired your beloved alma mater, Straight Jesuit, for playing in the UIL and competing for a state championship that way, and they do very well in so many sports. Dallas Jesuit also does the same thing, but I believe they're the only ones. So what are some of the things that you love about Straight Jesuit, and it was exciting for you to watch Straight Jesuit players and teams?
It's been great, you know, to watch us, such a small school, go up against these larger schools. You know, it used to be that the peak of our competition was against, you know, St. Thomas, the one other private school game we would have every year. Because while I was there, at least we would just get demolished by, you know, the likes of Katie and the rest of them. But luckily, it looks like the program's made a massive foothold, and we've been making the playoffs for a while, and it's been fun to watch everyone and watch the program really get a nice foothold here in Texas.
And I can't remember if it was 2018 or 2019, but Ridgepoint and Straight Jesuit both had kind of an open week in their schedule, and the playoffs were coming, and Straight Jesuit and Ridgepoint were both going to the playoffs, so it was nice to see them play each other, and I got a chance to tell Gary Kubiak's son, their head coach, that I just really appreciate the fact that they get up there to the trough with the big boys in Texas. And Straight Jesuit holds its own very well, but maybe there's not all that Catholic altar boy genteel behavior when it comes to Straight versus St. Thomas. Any story that you can tell us about how bitter that rivalry is? Praise the Lord.
The rivalry was certainly bitter, but cordial. I had a lot of friends that went to St. Thomas, so as hard as it was, you know, we tried to keep things polite and nice. You know, for many years it was actually a tradition that one of our students would dress up in a green morph suit and run out onto the field. And I did not do it my senior year, but it was actually one of my buddies that ran onto the field, unfortunately while the band was playing, and got into some serious trouble for that, and actually made the news. Was just best man in his wedding, actually. But, yeah.
And if you ask him right now, would you do it again if you had it to do over? What would he say?
Oh, in a heartbeat. I still think that's one of the best moments of his life. Not that I'm encouraging that. But yeah, the Green Man, as it was called, was a Straight Jesuit tradition every year that I was there.
All right. So, and finally, I want to ask you, Robert Archer, once again, thanks so much for sponsoring us this year. What excites you when you kind of watch local teams? I know that there are a lot of great recruits that get a chance to come out of not only Straight Jesuit, but throughout the city, throughout Greater Houston, both the private schools and the public ones.
Yeah, I went to OU shortly after at Oklahoma and had a blast there. And one of the coolest things about being from the Houston area is you get to see a lot of recruits go to the schools that you played with or you were close to. Someone like C.D. Lamb coming out of Foster. It's just awesome to see, fantastic, and then to watch them grow. Being from the same place that you're from, and then to become C.D. Lamb that you see on TV, and Hard Knocks, and for the Cowboys, it's fantastic.
And also, when he was in college, it's tough for any team based in Texas to say, how did we let him get away? He went to Oklahoma, and now he's kicking our butts all the time. And now he's having a great pro career with the Cowboys. Robert, thanks so much for being with us, and we appreciate your support of making it possible for people to listen to these games all year long.
Roger, it was a pleasure, and I'm glad to do it. I'm happy to help support the Fort Bend area whatever way I can. So thank you.
All right, we'll be back. The third quarter's coming soon. This is VypeFortBend.com.
Hi, this is Mariela
and Melina coming to you from Nick's Italian Restaurant, where you can come and try one of our house specialties, the Nick's Shrimp, or one of our chicken pistachios. Not in the mood for food, you can also try one of our savory desserts like our homemade tiramisu or cannoli.
We're located on FM 1464, just north of Austin High School.
Can't dine in? You can call ahead at 346-401-1546 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Or you can hit us on one of the major delivery platforms, Uber, Grubhub, or DoorDash.
We look forward to seeing you here at Nick's Italian Restaurant, where our family gets bigger every time you stop by.
Welcome back. It's halftime on VypeFortBend.com, and we always like to make sure that you stay with us during halftime, and we think you will this time for sure, because with us is Craig Way, who is so many things to so many people who love sports, especially University of Texas sports. But because we look at everything through the high school prism, I'm going to introduce you as the host of Football Friday Night. How about that?
Well, I appreciate that, Roger. Thanks very much. And I enjoy, obviously, calling all the state championship games and the Texas Football Days game for Bally Sports Southwest, the former Fox Sports Southwest, and doing High School Scoreboard Live. It's been a labor of love, and I've done it for over 20 years, and I've been broadcasting high school football. This is my 40th season doing it, so I'm excited about it.
And by the way, I know the name of the program. I just blanked because I'm talking to Craig Way. I had to take a deep breath before we started this interview. So let's talk about what the show has become. It has evolved into something where it has to win the award for that kind of show every year because there is no show like it. First of all, congratulations to you and everybody who's a part of it. It's an amazing program, but what are some things that maybe ordinary viewers wouldn't know about High School Scoreboard Live?
Well, you are correct, Roger, in that it has evolved. It's an outgrowth of a program that really started back in the 90s, just called High School Extra. And that show was actually an outgrowth of a radio show I used to do in Dallas when I worked at KRLD, and I did a high school scoreboard show on Friday nights from 11 to midnight, and we covered an area of about 150 miles because we had a radius, because we had a large signal, 50,000 watt signal, so a lot of folks were listening, so it was important. It was every bit as important for the folks in Pilot Point and Electra and Millsap to hear their scores as it was for Highland Park or Plano to hear their score. So we took it all under wing, and we did it that way. And then a producer named Jeff Watts started High School Extra, and we did High School Extra, and that was a show where we traveled all across the state of Texas and had our band and did features and stories on high school student athletes and teams and coaches and things like that. And then in 1996, we started a scoreboard show called High School Extra Live, where it was really just what folks see today. It was in its infancy. We'd get footage from places across the state of Texas, and we would do final scores and recaps and things like that. Over time, it has really evolved, and especially with new and advanced and modern ways of transmitting video, to where we could get almost instantaneous highlights on the show. And the show has expanded. It's a 2-hour show now. It goes from 11 at night until 1 in the morning. And you'd be surprised at or maybe you wouldn't be, knowing how much folks love high school football in this state. If something is amiss or something is missing, we hear from them at 12:43 a.m. or something. Hey, what about the score from so and so? So we know there's a lot of folks watching. We have been fortunate. We have won multiple awards, Lone Star Emmy awards and things like that. But the main thing is we know it's serving a purpose for high school football fans across the state of Texas, and we love what we do.
If you stepped away, I'm sure that as you came back, you recognized the voice as Craig Way, host of High School Scoreboard Live. And let's talk about how all those logistical challenges that you have, because Texas is so big, those needs were somewhat met by all these great new methods for transmitting video and doing Zooms and interviews with the coaches while he's on the bus on the way back. I love that stuff. But one thing that you do have to move something from point A to point B, and that is your reporters and their photographers. You go an incredible number of miles, and talk about how that is assigned and how you get that done.
Well, I think that the importance was recognized early to have reporters at key games, no matter the classification, across the state of Texas. So whereas we could have somebody at a North Shore Katy game on Friday night, because that's a big game, by the same token, we're going to have somebody at Richland Springs and Borden County for a 6-man game, because that's important, and you might have 2 unbeaten teams and all points in between. So we like to think that we do get it covered in all classifications from 6A down to 6-man. So as a staff, we look at it and say, what are some of the big games? And then those are identified, and which reporters get assigned to which ones. The ones that are more comfortable with, say, they know a lot about East Texas, and they might be over in there. Somebody handles the greater Austin area, or somebody out in West Texas that we're used to. So, but the reporters that we have are outstanding, and they go all over the state.
And you work them hard, because they will do a Thursday night game and they'll do the Look Live report from that Thursday night game, and then they'll come back and do another one on Friday. And I was thinking, how does Katie Ingleson get from there to there? Well, it was a Thursday, Friday thing.
Yeah, and then during the postseason, Katie may hop back in the car and go, say, from Austin down to San Antonio, which is a short enough drive to go for a Saturday game. So we keep the reporters busy. They do a fabulous job. They do their homework. They visit with the coaches during the week. They'll have Zooms and visit with them. So they're up to speed. They're not just showing up and saying, hey, Team A beat Team B. They've done their homework. They're prepared, and they understand what's going into each game.
And Katie is every bit as nice as she is pretty. I can say that for sure. We'll come back real quickly and ask Craig one more question, and that is what it's like to be him during the football season, because it's not easy. We'll be back on VypeFortBend.com.
Hello fans, this is Bradley Stavanaugh with Needville Insurance. We know Fort Bend County. I'm a 4th generation resident of Fort Bend. I'm your local, hometown, trusted agent. With over 30 carriers and 9 auto insurance carriers, we shop the insurance for you. We know insurance is hard. We know it's complicated. We make it easy for you. We have Spanish speakers here available for you. Call us at 979-793-7411 or needvilleinsurance.com. Once again, call us 979-793-7411.
We're back at halftime on VypeFortBend.com with Craig Way, the voice of the Longhorns and the host of High School Scoreboard Live. And Craig, you can't be at every single program, because there are times when the Longhorns are playing too far away, maybe a Saturday daytime game. But what is it like? What are some of the big adventures you've had trying to get from one place to another?
Well, adventures is one way to describe it. I try, first of all, to minimize the risk. I've never missed a kickoff for a Texas game. The only game I've even missed in this is now 30 seasons in the broadcast booth for the Longhorns and 20 seasons of doing play-by-play on football. So I've only missed one game, and that was the day that I lost my wife when she passed away in 2016. But every other game I've made, and on Friday nights I'll do the Scoreboard Live show. I think last year we ended up doing 21 because of the state championship games that got pushed to January. So out of the 21 shows we did, I did 19 of them, and I only missed 2. And that was for a road trip like up to Kansas State, and then there was another one as well. So other than that, if it's anywhere in the state of Texas, I'm pretty comfortable about doing the show Friday night and then traveling on Saturday. You get out of the state, and especially if you have to make multiple plane changes, I don't want to run that risk. So occasionally I do have to miss.
All right. One more observation before we let you go. It's an honor to talk to you. You mentioned the passing of your wife. That was one of those times when we're here at the Texas High School Coaches Association. That's how I get a chance to talk to folks like you. And there's just a feeling of fraternity and sorority and family around here. And I know that even though they're great rivals who love nothing more than to beat Texas, I know they reached out in a very sentimental and loving way to help you and your family grieve.
Everybody's been great, and they were tremendous, and they were equally, like I said, I lost my wife 5 years ago, and then 2 years ago, you talk about being blessed. Ran into someone, an old friend I'd known for a long, long time, and she and I struck up a friendship and began dating there afterwards. And one of my late wife's last request to me was, she said, "Do me a favor, don't die a lonely old man." And she her words are living on. And Linda and I have been together for the past couple of years now, and we're engaged. And it's but everybody who was as kind to me when Laurie passed away has been equally as excited about what the future will hold for Linda and myself. So we're excited about that, and it's great. I'll tell you what, Roger, like we said, it's great to have football back. It's great to have fans back in the stands full on. It's great to have our seasons back and everybody being able to act again. That's the exciting thing.
No question about it. And that last thing that you said just really, it touched me even more so than all those things that I heard on the radio and saw on television about people reaching out to you and just making sure that you felt comforted by the entire state of Texas. Craig Way, thanks for being with us.
My pleasure, Roger. Glad to be with you.
All right, we will have the third quarter for you shortly on VypeFortBend.com. Don't go away.
Archer Volkswagen showroom is open, and our team's excited to help you. Visit our sales department Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Or bring your car in for service from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're closed on Sundays to rest and recharge with our families, so we can serve you well through the week. We hope to see you soon.
All right, here we go. Third quarter underway. Here's Patrick.
2nd down and 8 for the Rangers. They took the kickoff, went into the end zone. They started at their own 25-yard line. First play from scrimmage was a 2-yard gain. And we're back at it here. Third quarter, Rangers on top, 6-0. In obviously a low-scoring game so far. Darnell, shotgun, nobody behind with him. He's got the pass over to Patrick Smith, who bobbles it and drops it. And he's a little disgusted with himself. I'm pretty sure he thought he should have had that. He would have picked up a few yards on the play, although the Vikings did have pretty good coverage on the play. But that brings up a 3rd down and 8. And I was thinking about, well, first of all, those were great interviews at halftime, Roger. I enjoyed listening myself, especially the second interview with the Texas Longhorn voice. Enjoyed listening to his stories, and you always do a great job of, interviewing these people. Back to the action here on 3rd and 9. Darnell has it, and he's looking long to the right side. He's looking for his brother, Marcus Darnell, and he overshot him. He went out of bounds, so 3 and out for the Rangers, and that's a perfect start for the Vikings here in the third quarter.
Well, by the way, thank you for what you said about that Craig Way interview. And Craig he's so personable. Anybody who is basically a high school announcer, he used to do that all the time.
Yeah.
He did that for years before he became so famous and high
Let
profile.
me ask you this, because some people just sound like nice people. He sounds like a nice guy. You know what I mean? I mean, is he as nice as he sounds?
Absolutely.
It's just very pleasant to listen to here. Here's the kick, almost blocked, and a line driver that's rolling back to the man receiving it. It's Truscott, and he fumbles! There's a scramble for the ball, and I think the Rangers have it. Oh, no. As Carter Truscott tried to get some yardage out of that, he fumbled the ball, and he scrambled after it, and he could not get to it. Big break for the Rangers. The first turnover of the game. There were some turnovers on downs, but the first fumble or interception.
Well, you say, oh, no, and I guess for Dulles and for Carter Truscott, that is a big oh no,
right,
but it's
Rangers,
an oh yes for the Clements Rangers.
On the other side, you're right. The Rangers are clinching their fists and raising their arms on that one as they take the ball to 24. And I'm not sure how. I don't know who that Viking was that got in on that kick. I'm not sure how he did not block that. He was right there.
And Lyle Link punted it under his arm.
I think you're right. And he somehow got it out of there. And fortunately for the Rangers, they got it out of there and got a fumble recovery. Now let's see what they do with it. 11:05 to play third quarter, trying to add to their 6-0 lead. Darnell looking for downfield, can't find anybody. Now he pulls up into the pocket, makes a beautiful throw, and it's a reception and an incompletion. Oh my goodness. It was his brother again. Marcus Darnell had it, and it must have come loose when he hit the ground.
It had some hot sauce on it, so he was unable to truly clutch it to his chest or grip it with both hands. And like you said, when he hit the ground, that's what made the ball come out.
That was a great play by Micah Darnell, who really shuffled around that pocket nicely and found his man open. And you got to give the offensive line credit, too. They really protected him well on that play. But nonetheless, it was an incompletion, and it's 2nd down and 10. He looks to his right. He's got his brother again. Marcus Darnell, first down yardage all the way inside the 20, close to the 15, inside the 15, I should say.
Did they throw a flag after some
there was
contact out of bounds, or no?
I think you're right, Roger.
I see a flag. I see it.
I think it was some late contact out of bounds, unnecessary, because obviously he was out of bounds. Great play by the Rangers that time. A quick pass to Marcus Darnell. He had a couple of blockers out in front of him, and he was able to get around the edge and break for first down yardage inside the 15, and looks like they're going to be tacking on a little bit more. Now they got the ball marked short of the first down, so maybe he stepped out a little earlier than I thought he did.
By the way, while the officials sort it out, and assuming Mr. Sefaradi's mic doesn't work, we can just tell you a couple of things. We have had an interview with Aaron Hardigan of High School Scoreboard Live.
Yep.
Now Craig Way, and coming in October, the lovely and talented Sarah Merrifield.
Well,
2 fouls.
They got a hold on the offense. Oh, boy. Okay, so we had a hold on the offense.
Yeah, and that will be during the play, and then the other one is a dead ball foul, so we will see how this is adjudicated.
Oh, boy, I feel like I'm in the courtroom here. So they took it back somewhere around the original line of scrimmage, and now they marked off the dead ball foul, which is that personal foul that Roger mentioned, and it takes it all the way down to the 11. So advantage Rangers on that exchange, and they've taken the ball from the 24 where they started, and they've got it down to the 11. Again, with a 6-0 lead already, they're trying to add to the lead. The Vikings, the way they run their offense, it's going to be tough for them to come back. Now, they moved the ball back, 3 yards? Or
yeah.
A couple of yards. Instead of the 11, it looks like it's maybe the 13, 14-yard line. So that's where the Rangers start. 1st and 10 now for the 14. Darnell waits for the shotgun snap. He's got, somebody's in motion there on the line of scrimmage. Pass into the end zone, and it's going to be caught. Oh, what a catch. Was he in bounds? Yes. Oh, I didn't think he had a chance to make that catch. Is that Marcus Darnell?
I think it's my cousin, Patrick Smith.
Is it Patrick Smith, number 7?
But I'm not sure.
Oh, that was tough to see down there.
7 and 1 look very much alike.
Yeah, we're going to have to check that
I think it's actually Marcus. I think it is.
He leaped up in the air to grab that ball. It looked like it was going to go out of the end zone, and it was pretty good coverage by the Vikings. And he just came out of nowhere and snatched it. And then the only question then was his feet in bounds? And then, of course, his feet were in bounds, or at least one. And here's the extra point now. The last time they had a little trouble, but this one's up, and it is looking good. It is good.
You know what that is, Patrick? That is an Archer Volkswagen scoring drive, and it takes 23 seconds, 2 plays, because one of them was wiped out by a penalty.
Right.
And it puts the Clements Rangers up by a score of, did they make that extra point?
It's 13 to nothing. They
haven't changed the scoreboard yet, but he did kick the extra point, and so Clements is on top 13-0. We'll make sure of that before we break.
That was Timothy Kroon on the extra point there.
Actually, either Lyle Link or Allison Wang.
Oh, okay, maybe I'm sorry about that.
But I must confess I was looking at a couple other things.
Let's see, there's Lyle Link.
He's 82, and Kroon is 48.
Yeah.
All right, so it's a penalty against Dulles. We'll take a break. We'll be back. Clements is on top. We presume it's 13-0, and the scoreboard has just changed. This is VypeFortBend.com.
Every day, someone comes up to me and says, Amy, how amazing is Xfinity Internet? And I always say, guys, I could go on and on about how it gives you more than just fast speeds for all your work, school, and everything from home needs, but I have places to be. I'd also mention you can save up to $400 a year on wireless when you add Xfinity Mobile and get nationwide 5G at no extra cost. But I gotta run. I have a thing. Really, it happens all the time. Can your internet do that?
Get started with Xfinity Internet for $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year agreement and get a special offer of $100 back when you sign up online. Plus, save up to $400 a year on wireless when you add Xfinity Mobile. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today to learn more. Requires paperless billing and autopay. Ends 9/21/21. Restrictions apply. New Performance Starter Plus Internet customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply. Compares pricing of top carriers. Xfinity Internet required.
We see all you do to get work done, whether it's keeping your office clean or redesigning your space for 3 or 300. Our business is to keep business going. Buy online and pick up in store, or get free next business day shipping at Office Depot, Office Max, and OfficeDepot.com.
Back here at Hall Stadium, where the Rangers of Clements have just scored to make it 13-0. Rangers trying to go to 4-0. I'm not sure the last time they were 4-0. Maybe Roger could recall something like that. Last couple of years they've had sort of struggled on the gridiron, but this year off to a great start and trying to go 1-0 in district. But the Vikings still have time. There's 10:42 to play here in the third quarter. Question is, can they continue their methodical ground game?
By the way, I'm not sure what the delay is here. Clements had kind of lined up like they were ready for Timothy Kroon to kick it off.
Yeah.
And then they got back in the huddle. I'm not really sure what the deal is, but there was a penalty to assess, I thought.
Yeah, but they didn't
put it on. It looked like the officials had penalized Dulles for something on that conversion.
But apparently not, because
evidently not.
Kicking it off of the 40. You got Antwi back there, I believe, along with Graham. And the kick is over the head, and it's going to be into the end zone. Nice kick into a little bit of a wind, but it's not a real strong wind. I believe that was Hodges back there.
Yes, a ground rule double for Timothy Kroon.
Yeah, he bounded it out of the end zone, or barely across that end line, but Hodges had nothing, didn't want anything to do with it. And let's take it at the 25 and get started here.
By the way, I want to thank our great producer, Timothy Kroon is the kicker for Clements. Randy Fry. Thank you, Randy, for monitoring everything we're doing and making sure it sounds good. And I kind of freaked out earlier tonight, and we didn't get started on time.
Here's
and he talked me down from the ledge.
Man in motion comes and gets the pitch to the right. and I'm just not sure of his number. It looks like it's Hubbard again. He's carried the ball multiple times here today and had some pretty positive gains, like that one.
Wonder how
8-yarder.
his mom is doing. Young Mother Hubbard.
Oh, boy. We're stay tuned for the nursery rhymes at the end of the game. Roger's getting warmed up.
Kids today don't know what nursery rhymes are.
It's a shame, isn't it? Here they are in that tight formation again with a wing back to the right, pitch to the right. Is it Hubbard again? No, it's Brown. He breaks the seam, and he's inside the 50, or close to the 50. He got to about the 48 for a pickup of about, 12 yards on the play.
And that's a first down. Think of First Tire and Automotive for all your car care needs. Check them out at firsttireandauto.com.
Roger, it's not that the Vikings didn't move the ball in the first half. They have no points on the board, but they moved the ball very well. They had a couple of nice long drives, yardage-wise, and then they had a lot of clock time that they kept the ball, but no points to show. They got to get something here. Here they are. Hand off. Fake. Oh, no, it's to Hubbard. Hubbard's got left side. He's got through the line of scrimmage. He's going to pick up about 6 yards, maybe 7. Let's see where they spot it. And another nice run from Hubbard, who's had a few totes today. He's picked up 7 more. His last 2 carries have been 8 and 7 yards. Second down and 3 for the Vikings, who trail 13-0 here in the third quarter from Hall Stadium. It's been a pretty good ball game. Both teams actually moving the ball pretty well, but not able to put points on in a couple of their drives. Here's the pitch to Antwi. Antwi, he's breaking through the line of scrimmage, and he's going to get some more yardage for a first down, a pickup of about 5 more yards. Vikings look pretty crisp here on their first drive here of the second half. The Rangers scored that last touchdown off of a turnover, where they got the ball at the Viking 24-yard line, and they were able to score in a couple of plays. Taking advantage. Here's the 2 wing back formation. Quick handoff up the middle, and nothing doing that time, as the handoff was to Graham, and he had nowhere to go. Great defense by the interior line of the Rangers. I'm trying to see some numbers that were in on that play. Pereira appeared to be on that play, making a tackle, or at least part of the tackle. And it's second down and 11. They've given him a loss of 1. 41-yard line now. Vikings. Pitch to the right. It's Brown. Brown to the 40, trying to fight his way to the 35, but he's not going to get to the 35. He's going to be about the 37-yard line. It'll bring up a third down and a 7 yards to go situation for the Vikings, and this is a big play for both teams, obviously, but especially the Vikings, who have yet to crack the scoreboard. I'm sure that if you'd have told Coach Bird that they would have no points midway through the third quarter, he would have been surprised, I think. And
third down and 7 here.
Yep, tough play here. Hodges. Oh, the pitch is to the right. It is a fumble on the pitch. Who got it? Who got the recovery?
You know, even if the Rangers don't get this recovery at the 40-yard line, and I believe Dulles did retain possession, it's 4th down and 10, and Dulles is going to get nothing out of this unless they run some kind of creative and very well executed fake.
Yeah, they lost a couple yards on that. It was Tisdale, who's in at quarterback, made the pitch. It was mishandled, and on the ground, somehow Tisdale was able to squeeze his way in for the recovery. It looked like the Rangers were going to get that ball, but that brings up a 4th and 9 for the running team.
I made a bad assumption. I thought they might punt. They're going to go for it.
It almost seems like you could punt it here, but the possessions might be limited here. Here's a fake pitch. Tisdale. He's got his man on the right side. It's going to be caught for a first down. Nice play. That is Hodges, Cole Hodges, who came out of the wingback formation, and then I watched his pattern. It was straight down the field. There was nobody on him. He kind of ran a bit of a flag, kind of a I don't know what you would call a flag, kind of a slant flag play. It wasn't a classic flag pattern. Here's the inside handoff. It's going to go for 5 yards as Graham carries it. He carries a couple of tacklers with him inside the 10. That was a huge play for the Vikings. They were, grasping for the end of the rope if they wouldn't have gotten that first down.
Well, it is homecoming. And by the way, Patrick, the homecoming king is Jackson Tilley, whom we know very well from the way he plays. And Layla Spencer is the queen.
Congratulations on 2nd and 4 now from the 10. Pitch right. Is it on Twee? I didn't see his number.
He was engulfed.
He was engulfed. Here was it? No, it looks like Brown. No, was it Antwi?
It is Antwi.
Antwi.
And by the way, the guy making the tackle, big number 33, Weza Pereira.
Some of these numbers get scrunched up on their uniforms.
Antwi's 0 looks like a U.
Yeah,
because part of his the top of the 0.
I think he's got it
kind of folded over,
tucked into his shoulder pads or something there. So now the Vikings on another key 3rd down play. They've been down here before tonight and they had not able to score. They really need one here. He's got backs to the backfield. To the right he goes. I think it's Brown. He's inside the 10. He's got a first down and goal for the Vikings. I believe that's Jalen Brown. Yes, it is.
And on this drive, I've noticed that the Clements linebackers they're not trying to disguise their blitz. They are basically coming on a run blitz nearly every play, and sometimes it can really pay off if you are the Dulles running back. If you get past that first wave, if you go through a hole that doesn't have a blitzing linebacker in it, you can get a big play.
You can get a big play, and I'll bet you the coaches up there are noticing that, and they've got a few plays that they could possibly throw in later on in the game to offset those blitzers. Here's a straight T backfield behind quarterback Tisdale. Hand off to the right, looking for the corner. And he's going to be met by a couple of Clements tacklers. That's Jalen Brown. Looks like he picked up 1 yard. He's able to do pretty well to pick up that 1. 2nd goal from the 4. 4:30 to play, 3rd quarter.
By the way, Patrick, tomorrow night you and I will be here for the game between Ridgepoint and Austin. And then on Saturday, you're going to take it easy.
Well,
and I'm going to be here for 2 games. One, Marshall at 11 o'clock taking on Northside, and Willow Ridge playing in a nightcap at 6.
Here's the 2nd and 4. Jalen Brown, he's to the 1, and he almost reached over for the touchdown, but he was able to be stopped there by the Ranger defender. It might have been Patrick Smith on that tackle.
It probably was. And, Jalen Brown's got to be careful. You don't want to swing the ball out.
He had that ball out there,
unless it's a gotta-have-it situation on 4th down or something, you don't want to stick the ball out to extend it over the goal line because it seems like the football guys dictate that if you try to do that on something other than 4th down, someone will swat it out of your hand before it breaks the plane.
Like it always comes back to haunt you. Well, here's another big play. 3rd and goal from about the 1 yard line. Looks like the 1. And the Vikings are desperately trying to get on the scoreboard. Hand off. No, it's a pitch to the right side. It's going to be a touchdown. And I'm just going to make sure who it is. It looks like it's Antwi. He took the pitch, decisively went to the line of scrimmage, and pulled his way into the end zone. And give credit to the Vikings for coming back after that score and answering.
As the boy wonder, Robin and his alter ego, the youthful ward Dick Grayson, once said, good old Alfred.
There you go, Alfred Antwi. Here's Ultramari in now for the extra point. First time we've seen him kick for points here. Tisdale is going to be the holder. And it's a bit of a high snap, brought down nicely, and the kick is up and good. Timeout, and the score now is 13-7. Clemens leads. We'll be back.
It's that time of year where you hear people using the S word. September, that is. Occasionally, you can hear the great employees at First Tire and Automotive using another S word with customers. Savings. Fall specials include 50% off an oil change. Now's the time to make sure your auto is ready to kick off the season in tip-top shape. Head to the website firsttireandauto.com and claim your savings. First Tire and Automotive, a proud sponsor of Fort Bend Vype Sports. Make your appointment today at any of the 4 convenient locations in Sugar Land and Cinco Ranch. All 4 stores open on Saturday. firsttireandauto.com.
When you score in the third and your coach is Shane Bird Ultramare. And Ultramare has made it a tighter game. It is 13-7 after his extra point kick.
I want to welcome into the game here, Dean Martin. Hey, Dean, how's it going? There's no smoking here, though.
You know, Dean. Everybody loves somebody sometime.
Patrick Smith deep, along with, looks like number 5.
On a payday.
It looks
I'm sorry. Now I'm going back to the wrong way. It's Onitape.
I believe that's who's back there, waiting for Ultramare's kick, who has a bit of a breeze to his back. The kick is going to land at the 5 and roll into the end zone. They just decided to let it go.
It almost didn't get to the end zone,
which would have caused some problems.
That might have meant a panicky pickup of the football. And
yes, sir.
Hopefully you don't get crushed inside your 5.
Well, that brings the ball to the 25-yard line. As the saying goes, Roger, we've got us a ball game here. It's 13-7. First district game for both teams. Both teams trying to get off to a good start in the district play, and the Rangers trying to maintain their undefeated record.
You know, now that Dulles has gotten on the board and it's making it a very competitive game, there's a question I want to ask you in a moment.
All right, here they come with Darnell. Morales has it to the right side, and he's going to be clipped up down there by Bautista with a nice tackle.
You know, the epitome of a game where a team moved the ball a lot and had chances to score but never did. Probably the most significant game in NFL history. You know which game I'm talking about?
I'm trying to think. Gosh.
Super Bowl III, where the Colts were defeated by the Jets. Baltimore moved the ball up and down the field, but they did not take advantage of any scoring opportunities. Well, we've got an injured player. We'll take a break here. This is VypeFortBend.com, 13-7. Oh, never mind. We're still here. Go ahead.
I was trying to figure out where the player was, but it did. I thought they had stopped play for the player, but there was nobody out there. 3 receivers to the left, inside handoff fake. Slant across the middle. He's got his man, and it's open for a first down close to the 40, and Moshir. Moyesir. They call him Moyesir.
Okay, if we're assuming the PA announcer, Todd Harris, is correct, and Todd's a good friend. So we'll go with Moyesir.
Down for the 39-yard line. Good pass from Darnell, and Moshir was open, wide open across the middle. And now the offenses are really well, they were marching pretty well in the first half, too, but just not putting up points. Moshir in motion. Handoff. Morales up the middle. He's past the 50, inside the 40, close to the 35. That was what you'd call a quick hitter. Boy, he was through that hole quickly. And I got the wrong man. It was Onitape.
But he's going down. I think he's got cramps.
Yes,
I think he'll be all right, but it'll take a moment. So let's take a quick break. It is 13-7. Clements over Dulles. 2:34 to go in the third.
Hi, this is Mariela
and Melina coming to you from Nick's Italian Restaurant, where you can come and try one of our house specialties, the Nick's Shrimp, or one of our chicken pistachios. Not in the mood for food? You can also try one of our savory desserts like our homemade tiramisu or cannoli.
We're located on FM 1464, just north of Austin High School.
Can't dine in? You can call ahead at 346-401-1546 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Or you can hit us on one of the major delivery platforms, Uber, Grubhub, or DoorDash.
We look forward to seeing you here at Nick's Italian Restaurant, where our family gets bigger every time you stop by.
You are the master of the multitask, the champion of making it happen. Taking care of business is not for the faint of heart. Still, you take care of it.
Taking care of business.
But who takes care of you? Office Depot Office Max. We supply you, copy you, and tune you up. Members get 2% back in rewards on everything.
Oh!
What the ball?
I'm sorry we had to bail out of that spot. Let me kill it here. Sorry, Patrick.
Well, we
Bad
had
timing on my part.
Beautiful pass play from Darnell to Darnell as Marcus Darnell hit the seam, and he was. I thought he was going to hit the end zone, but a nice touchdown-saving tackle at the 5-yard line. But the Rangers are in business here. First and goal from the 5. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Quarterback draw to the 5, and that's all. He, I don't think, got any yards on that play. Good job by the Viking defense, who are on their heels here. They just cut the lead to 6, and then the Rangers did what they had to do, taking it right back at them as they trade touchdowns, and now the Rangers are trying to add another one. Leading by 6 already with a minute and a half to play here in the quarter. As the third quarter has flew by as well, this game is progressing.
Well,
Dulles
Dulles had to be very enthused after they got their touchdown, but now they're going to fall down behind by 2 scores here if they're not careful.
Here's the power I again. They've had this formation before. Up the left side, strong through there, and I believe it's the same guy who ran before. Is it, who was that who ran the number?
Folks, it's kind of hard to see these light blue numbers. It's number
80.
10.
Is it 10 or 80? Wasn't it him that the other time?
Well,
let's see.
If it's 10, it would be Avery Clark, and he is listed as a running back.
Yep.
I think it's Avery Clark.
It's hard to see.
If I'm wrong, I'm sorry.
I should probably bring my binoculars tomorrow. And if it was Clark, he's going to be back there again. On a 3rd down and goal from about the 2 or 1, close to the 1. Power formation. Up the left side, touchdown. And if it's 10, it's Clark.
Yeah, well, Todd Harris says it's number 10.
You got the PA guy saying the same thing. So, Roger, you're affirmed on that one. Touchdown, left side. There was no doubt about that one. 2 lead blockers, huge hole. He waltzed into the end zone almost untouched. 19-7 is the score. And it looks like, is it Lyle Link on the field again to kick the extra point. Try to make it 20-7. That snap rolled back there, and it's blocked. There's they could pick it up and take it for 2. They're still running. He could go for 2 points here. He's to the 20. I think he's going to be run out of bounds, so he will be run out of bounds. Might be a little penalty there.
Yes, there is.
That was Truscott who took it out of the end zone and got all the way to about the 45-yard line where he was collared down. We're going to take a break. 19-7, Rangers.
Every day, someone comes up to me and says, Amy, how amazing is Xfinity Internet? And I always say, guys, I could go on and on about how it gives you more than just fast speeds for all your work, school, and everything from home needs, but I have places to be. I'd also mention you can save up to $400 a year on wireless when you add Xfinity Mobile and get nationwide 5G at no extra cost. But I gotta run. I have a thing. Really, it happens all the time. Can your internet do that?
Get started with Xfinity Internet for $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year agreement and get a special offer of $100 back when you sign up online. Plus, save up to $400 a year on wireless when you add Xfinity Mobile. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today to learn more. Requires paperless billing and autopay. Ends 9/21/21. Restrictions apply. New Performance Starter Plus Internet customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply. Compares pricing of top carriers. Xfinity Internet required.
Hello fans, this is Bradley Stavanaugh with Needville Insurance. We know Fort Bend County. I'm a 4th generation resident of Fort Bend. I'm your local, hometown, trusted agent. With over 30 carriers and 9 auto insurance carriers, we shop the insurance for you. We know insurance is hard. We know it's complicated. We make it easy for you. We have Spanish speakers here available for you. Call us at 979-793-7411 or needvilleinsurance.com. Once again, call us 979-793-7411.
We take care of you so you can take care of business. Office Depot Office Max.
Taking care of business.
And we're back here at Hall Stadium. The Rangers are going to be kicking off from their own 25 instead of the 40 after the horse collar tackle on the return of a blocked extra point. Kroon's going to kick it. Here it is. It's a good kick. Deep is Hodges. He's got the 30 to the 40. Fumbled the ball. Who's got it? I think it's the Vikings did get on it. That ball came flying out of there.
Wow, another bug on the rug, and the Dulles Vikings, they have the type of team. They're not likely to break a lot of explosive plays. They have to rely on good execution, and they just can't afford to put the ball on the field turf like they have been, because it will cost them. And right now, to have a 12-point lead is very significant. If it's 11, then, touchdown and field goal could get you even if you get a two-pointer after their touchdown. But Dulles has a long way to go.
Here's Dulles at their own 39, trailing by 12. Pitch to the left, Hubbard. He's off tackle for about 4 yards. That'll be the last play of the third quarter, I think, Roger.
Yeah.
And it's 19-7 Rangers. Vikings trying to answer.
Archer Volkswagen showroom is open, and our team's excited to help you. Visit our sales department Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Or bring your car in for service from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're closed on Sundays to rest and recharge with our families, so we can serve you well through the week. We hope to see you soon.
Hi, this is Mariela
and Melina coming to you from Nick's Italian Restaurant, where you can come and try one of our house specialties, the Nick's Shrimp, or one of our chicken pistachios. Not in the mood for food, you can also try one of our savory desserts like our homemade tiramisu or cannoli.
We're located on FM 1464, just north of Austin High School.
Can't dine in? You can call ahead at 346-401-1546 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Or you can hit us on one of the major delivery platforms, Uber, Grubhub, or DoorDash.
We look forward to seeing you here at Nick's Italian Restaurant, where our family gets bigger every time you stop by.
All right, Patrick, so Dulles has an opportunity, but they really better not come away with nothing on this particular possession.
Well, possessions are at a premium now. We're down to 12 minutes to play here as we start the fourth quarter. They're not going to get too many possessions, and so as you said, it's imperative that they score here. Here's Brown to the right side. He's got the first down, but I think there's going to be maybe a offensive line. Well, nope, offside against the Rangers is the indication, so they'll decline that, take the first down as Brown got past the 50 to the 49-yard line. And as Roger said, they really have to score on this possession, because if they don't, the Rangers are going to use clock. Now we have a timeout. What do we got here? The referee is calling for a time. We'll take up time too. 19-7, Rangers lead.
Every day, someone comes up to me and says, Amy, how amazing is Xfinity Internet? And I always say, guys,
never mind. We thought they were going to take a timeout, but here's Patrick.
First and 10 at the Ranger 49. Hubbard, right side, he breaks three, and it looked like he was going to keep on going, but a beautiful form tackle. Is that Patrick Smith?
Yeah, it was my cousin Patrick Smith.
What a tackle as Hubbard broke.
I'm kidding. I just like to latch on to great players and pretend I know them real well.
Yeah, great run. He looked like he might break it, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, came Patrick Smith with the shoulder down, head up, and he wrapped up nicely. Yeah, that would be a beautiful film to watch if you're trying to teach tackling.
Yeah, he got his feet up off the ground.
Right. They've got a cheer from his bench. Pitch left. Antwi looked like he had more than he bargained for there, and then looked like he cut back into the traffic. Looked like there was more outside, but he was able to pick up 3 yards, and it's 3rd down and 2. The clock continues to run with 10 and a half to play here in the fourth quarter.
Devin Graham looked like was kind of out there trying to block for him, and I think he got hit as Alfred went low and basically tried to put a hand on the turf, and he got within a yard of the first down. Here's a big play.
Yep, third and a long one, close to 2. Vikings have it. Hand off up the middle. That's going to be a first down as Graham takes it hard through the hole, and he's able to pick up about 3 yards. It needed about 2, so good first down for the Vikings, and it's 10 minutes to play here in the ball game. At the 38-yard line, the Vikings have the ball in Ranger territory. The clock continues to wind. Full house backfield. Hubbard, right side. And he doesn't find a whole lot there that time as the Rangers gang up on him for about a 1-yard gain. So now the Vikings they got 2 opponents now. They got the Rangers and the clock as it winds to 9.5 to play.
And I think we got a couple of guys
tangled up
on the field, kind of maybe a little tug of war over the football, but it is still Vikings possession. Meanwhile, after a 1-yard gain.
They did stop the clock there to for a brief moment to unwind those players, whatever was going on. Second down and 9. This is obviously 4-down territory pretty much for the rest of the night, I think, for the Vikings. The way they run their offense, not a whole lot of big plays, just a lot of strong, nitpicky plays that use up valuable time. He's going to pass. Tisdale has a man wide open at the 20, and it's a good catch. Is it Antwi? No, 22. What do we got here?
There is no 22
on our roster.
So I'm going to go with, I don't know, Patrick. We don't have
the announcer,
a 23 or a 22.
The PA man got a name, but
did he say Kenneth Davis?
I didn't hear the name.
Did he say Charles Campbell?
I don't know what he said. Here's the pitch. Antwi has it. He's inside the 10. Close to the 5, inside the 5. Wow, he was rumbling through there with a lot of strength. And it's first and goal, Vikings. You got to give these Vikings a lot of credit. They just keep coming back and got a lot of resiliency.
That's a first down. Think of First Tire and Automotive for all your car care needs. Check them out at firsttireandauto.com.
That was good, Roger. You got that in quick. And now is a timeout on the field. Are the Rangers calling timeout?
I think
they are. What is going on here? Yep, Rangers want to talk about it. 19-7, Clements on top.
Hi, this is Mariela
and Melina coming to you from Nick's Italian Restaurant, where you can come and try one of our house specialties, the Nick's Shrimp, or one of our chicken pistachios. Not in the mood for food, you can also try one of our savory desserts like our homemade tiramisu or cannoli.
We're located on FM 1464, just north of Austin High School.
Can't dine in? You can call ahead at 346-401-1546 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Or you can hit us on one of the major delivery platforms, Uber, Grubhub, or DoorDash.
We look forward to seeing you here at Nick's Italian Restaurant, where our family gets bigger every time you stop by.
The Vikings are making some noise again. They're inside the 5. They're at the 4-yard line. First and goal, Vikings. They trail 19-7, and they're trying to tighten the gap here. Tisdale under center. Pitch. Antwi has it. He's to the 1. Is he in? He is in. Touchdown, Vikings. Oh, my goodness. What an answer. And they're not quitting. And it's 19-13 pending the extra point. As Altamari will come in and kick the extra point.
It makes sense. Just kick it now. If you make a 2-pointer, it really won't.
I don't think that's Altamari this time.
Oh, it's not? It's a left-footed kicker?
Let's see. That's not Allison Wong, is it?
No, she's with Clements.
Oh, that's right. I got the wrong team. The kick is blocked, which is interesting. As they brought on a different kicker, and I'm not sure why. If there's that's number 10?
10. Travion Richard. Well, It really doesn't matter that much. Dulles still within a touchdown. It's 19-13. We'll take a break and be back. This is VypeFortBend.com.
Archer Volkswagen showroom is open, and our team's excited to help you. Visit our sales department Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Or bring your car in for service from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're closed on Sundays to rest and recharge with our families, so we can serve you well through the week. We hope to see you soon.
It's that time of year where you hear people using the S word. September, that is. Occasionally, you can hear the great employees at First Tire and Automotive using another S word with customers. Savings. Fall specials include 50% off an oil change. Now's the time to make sure your auto is ready to kick off the season in tip-top shape. Head to the website firsttireandauto.com and claim your savings. First Tire and Automotive, a proud sponsor of Fort Bend Vype Sports. Make your appointment today at any of the 4 convenient locations in Sugar Land and Cinco Ranch. All 4 stores open on Saturday. firsttireandauto.com.
Well, Patrick, I blew it. Tim Cutts kicked the extra point, or tried to. Now he's kicking off.
Well, that was a tough play. Neither one of us could tell who it was until he came off the field. Here's the kick, fielded at about the 5. He's found a gap. He's to the 30, but drugged down by a nice tackle. Is that
Ninipe?
Yeah, Ninipe took the kick, and Truscott was able to bring him down by the waist there. And it's ball 1st and 10, Rangers from the 33.
You know, the Dulles Vikings, for them, scored pretty quickly on
Sure
that
did.
last drive.
Yeah.
They got a significant pass play from Tisdale, and so that got them down close, and they scored 2 or 3 plays later. And so now they have a decent amount on the time on the clock. It's 8:12, and they just need to stop Clements and make sure the Rangers don't burn up a lot of time here.
Obviously, the Vikings need to stop them pretty quick, the way they run their offense. Rangers looking for a long drive. Here's the handoff. It's a stacked up situation at about the 35-yard line. Still going hard, but not going anywhere forward. And I'm trying to see if that's
it's JR. And like J.R. Ewing, he's pretty stubborn.
Yeah, it's Morales there on the carry. 2nd down and 8. Rangers looking for a time-consuming drive to salt it away and not give it back to the Vikings. Vikings have not stopped them here in the second half, although, well, actually they did stop them one time, but they fumbled the punt, which allowed the Rangers a chance for a quick score from the 24-yard line. Quick pass to the left side. It's complete. He's still going. It's Patrick Smith for the first, I think that might be his first reception, and he was able to get out past the 50, close to the 45-yard line. I'll tell you what, he has some quick acceleration.
He really does.
Once he got the gears going, he's cruising.
A coach I really admired when I lived in San Angelo, Jerry Vandergriff of Angelo State, said of a particular player, he's got a gear that most people don't have.
Right.
And Patrick Smith is one of those athletes.
Yeah.
When he shifts into that highest gear, you're not going to run him down from behind unless, well, there's just a very few players who could do that.
And not only that, but he can get to that gear pretty quick. Here they are now, 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, hand off up the middle. It looks like it's going to be Morales again.
He
was lifted up and thrown to the ground for a no gain.
I think that was Kevin Mejia, perhaps, who made that play for Dulles, where they kind of picked up the running back.
Both feet were off the ground that time, and his shoulders were heading toward the ground. He got all receivers, 3 to the right, 2 to the left, a passing formation. Now they check the sideline for the call here. Micah Dornell had a good game from the quarterback spot here. He's looking to the right, looking for his brother. Now he hits Patrick Smith, who breaks the tackle, and he's inside the 30. He looked first for his brother, Marcus. His secondary receiver was Patrick Smith, and he made the reception and almost broke it for the touchdown.
Travion Richard prevented a touchdown right there because once Patrick Smith had broken that first tackle, he was going to kick away from the next one, except Richard really made a secure lockdown play on it.
Any kind of points here for Clements would be almost insurmountable for the Vikings. Now, would Clements try a field goal if they got stalled here?
Lyle
I'm not
Link
sure.
made one from 43 yards last week. He's certainly capable, but now we have a timeout taken, I believe, by Dulles.
Yep.
And we'll step aside. This is VipeFortBend.com. Rangers leading 19-13, 5:17 to go. They're trying to spoil the Vikings' homecoming.
It's that time of year where you hear people using the S word. September, that is. Occasionally, you can hear the great employees at First Tire and Automotive using another S word with customers. Savings. Fall specials include 50% off an oil change. Now's the time to make sure your auto is ready to kick off the season in tip-top shape. Head to the website firsttireandauto.com and claim your savings. First Tire and Automotive, a proud sponsor of Fort Bend Vype Sports. Make your appointment today at any of the 4 convenient locations in Sugar Land and Cinco Ranch. All 4 stores open on Saturday. firsttireandauto.com.
You know, Patrick, you're here in the high school environment at this game, and you think about what it was like when you were a teenager. I don't know if you were exceedingly popular. I was a little bit popular, but I always felt like I was kind of on the outside looking in with certain stuff. But I was trusted with some important information. They told me that Jackson Tilley was the homecoming king and Layla Spencer was the queen. And I didn't say anything about it.
Yeah, you did say something. We'll get back to that. Quick pass to the left. It is complete. That's Patrick Smith again. 20-yard line. Trying to get inside the 20. He does. He's still going. Somehow, through all that traffic, Roger, he was able to get through and get a first down.
That
Great
was
run.
oh, wow. I mean, he must have made several dozen moves.
Yeah.
One every 0.3 of a second. He was just...
And despite being grabbed and, attempted tackles and so on, he was able to have the strength.
Well,
that last 5 yards was on his own.
What I was saying about the homecoming information, they told me before it was announced, but I kept it to myself. I was very proud of myself because I really wanted to tell somebody.
Okay, but I could have swore you said something in the first half.
Well, after they were announced.
But that's good. That's good. That's congratulations to both of them on the exciting day here for them. Handoff up the middle. He's to the 10 and inside the 10 to the 9. Still going, but not getting anywhere. Did he fumble the ball, Roger?
Oh,
Who's
my
got it?
goodness.
I think, well, they're still fighting for it. One of the Vikings is
homecoming king Jackson Tilley says the Vikings have the ball.
I don't think they do. There's not enough excitement from the rest of the Rangers. Or from the rest of the Vikings. Now they're pointing. The Vikings are pointing that way. And they are pointing. They do have it. Tilley was right.
Wow.
Unbelievable turn of events on a fumble inside the 10. And the Vikings have life here.
Well, the king is always right.
I guess so. Well, he was off the field motioning well before they knew who had the ball officially. Now there's some questioning from the Ranger coaching staff over there. There
might be, but I don't think this is going to be changed because clearly it was Onitape who carried it, I think.
I believe it was, yes.
Well, when we saw him finally go to the turf,
he didn't
the
have
ball
the ball.
was not in his arms.
He didn't have it. You could tell his arms were extended as if, oh boy, where'd that ball go?
Okay, so it's a flag on the Vikings. I'm not sure what for. The ball's at the 9, which is, I don't know where they recovered it.
I don't know if there was a flag. I think it just was recovery Vikings or first down Vikings.
Well, I misheard the PA guy.
91 yards away, though. They have to have a touchdown. They cannot do field goals here. In motion, Hodges. He's got the corner. He's going to pick up about maybe 5 yards as he went in motion to the right. Got out of bounds, and I think the clock stopped, which is what they need. Anytime they can stop the clock, they're going to want to have that.
That's a good way to get your guy a chance to get wide, to get to the edge, because Dulles doesn't have a lot of excessive speed. No. So when you get that guy already going parallel to the line of scrimmage, he's got a big jump on the defensive pursuit.
Here they are now in a straight T formation, 3 backs, lead blockers. And the handoff is to, looks like, Hubbard, who is really corralled and ganged up on by about 4 or 5 of those Ranger defenders. He didn't get much there. He might have got 2.
Oh, Ninape, Ferris Rafai, Matt McGinnis.
They were all over.
Also, Tosan Okopi.
They have a 3rd down and 4 coming up here.
You know, he did get a couple of yards.
Yeah, he did. He got,
so it's 3rd and 4.
Yeah, he was able to pick up maybe 2 or 3 on that play. 2, I guess, and it's, well, I guess it was a 3-yard game, which makes it 3rd down and 4. As we said, it's going to be a pitch to the right. Brown has it. He wiggles his way through, but I think he's going to be a bit short.
He's going to be short. And Patrick, what do you do? There's going to be about 3 minutes left on the clock or less when they snap the ball next. I think they got to go for it.
Absolutely. And you got 2 timeouts. You know, it's 4th and 1. You know, this is your kind of type of play. You got to have 1 yard. And, of course, the Rangers are digging in here. If they can hold them, this could be the ball game. It pretty much will be the ball game.
If you're Clements, watch out for the play-action pass.
Yeah, here you go. Snap, and the pitch is to the right. He almost breaks through the seam, and he's still going. I think it's Jalen Brown again. He got the 1st down easily, and I'm just making sure if it was Brown. He
7-yard pickup.
Yeah.
It moves the sticks, but, you know, Patrick, they're still 74 yards away from the touchdown that would possibly put them ahead.
And the way they run, the clock just keeps going unless they can get out of bounds here. Here they come to the line of scrimmage. Inside handoff, and he still got it. Up the middle, 1st down. I believe that is Graham. It's either Graham or Hodges, but I believe it's 15.
And one of the Rangers is down. We'll take a break and be back. This is getting very tight here. 19-13, but Dulles, even though they're trailing, they're driving with 2:18 to go.
Every day, someone comes up to me and says, Amy, how amazing is Xfinity Internet? And I always say, guys, I could go on and on about how it gives you more than just fast speeds for all your work, school, and everything from home needs, but I have places to be. I'd also mention you can save up to $400 a year on wireless when you add Xfinity Mobile and get nationwide 5G at no extra cost. But I gotta run. I have a thing. Really, it happens all the time. Can your internet do that?
Get started with Xfinity Internet for $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year agreement and get a special offer of $100 back when you sign up online. Plus, save up to $400 a year on wireless when you add Xfinity Mobile. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today to learn more. Requires paperless billing and autopay. Ends 9/21/21.
Gotta bail. Go, Patrick.
Tisdale has it. Hands off to Graham, who fights through the line of scrimmage again, and they're finding something up the middle there. That's a 7-yard pickup. Clock still running here with 1:50 to play.
A move I wish I would see more. With the offhand, he kind of kept his body off the ground.
Tisdale now checking his wrist. They might have to pass here. 1:40 to play. They trail by 6. They've gotten it from the 9 to the 48. Here's the snap. Shotgun. He almost lost it. He looks to the right. Receiver open. 1st down, and I think he got out of bounds. Is that Antwi?
I believe it is. Good old Alfred.
He had the quick pass to the right. He just took it, got the 1st down, and stepped out of bounds to stop the clock.
And here's something to think about, Patrick. They've had issues with kicking because they're down to their 2nd kicker.
Right. That's the
what if they score?
I know.
and they try an extra point kick and it's no good? We might be going to overtime.
Well, the kicking for both teams has been a struggle. There's been some block kicks and so on. And here they are now. We'll see if they can score first to see if they got that situation. Here's a pitch. It is Hodges. He's got plenty of yards past the 40, inside the 40 to about the 38. Almost another 1st down. Clock still runs. 1:15, 1:14. And they're going to try to get to the line of scrimmage and run another play. They've marched inside Ranger territory. Here's Antwi. He is going to be close to a 1st down. Let's see where they mark it. If it's a 1st down, would it not stop the clock?
It would, but I believe Dulles wants a timeout regardless because there's exactly 1 minute left, and they still have to advance the ball 37 more yards to get into the north end zone here at Hall Stadium. And what an exciting game this has turned out to be, Patrick.
It's been a great game, and even though it was 6-0 at halftime, it was still a pretty exciting game because there was a lot of good offense, and there were a couple of fourth down stops by both teams, prevented points on the board, but it's been a good offensive game. All said and done, that was a first down for the Vikings. Now the one problem they have is they only have one timeout remaining. The plus side is they're inside the 40-yard line, so they're in striking range here. And now the Ranger defense is going to try to step up to the plate to save the game. But of course, the Viking offense trying to have a heroic finish.
According to the scoreboard, Dulles has one timeout.
That's right.
I thought they had one before they took that one.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Well, I looked on the board for one now. Here's Tisdale. Two receivers to the right, one back in the backfield with him. I believe it's Hodges. Handoff. It's not Hodges, it's Graham inside the 30, and he's still going. Boy, those guys are running hard.
I think he's got another first down, and as he continued to try to churn out a couple more yards, there were Rangers trying to rip the ball out of his arms.
Graham has really been hitting the hole hard. They found something up the middle here lately. Man in motion. Hubbard's got it, right side, and he's going to be met. You almost have to call a timeout here. 40 seconds to play. He only picked up maybe 2 yards, maybe one. 38 seconds, and they do call a timeout.
Yeah, you were right. Shane Bird, head coach of the Vikings, standing right there by the official in his ear, said, we want a timeout, and the Vikings cannot stop the clock anymore unless it's with, spiking the football. And meanwhile, I see Devin Graham is down. We'll take a break. We'll be back. VipeFortBend.com. 19-13 Clements in the last minute trying to hang on.
Archer Volkswagen showroom is open, and our team's excited to help you. Visit our sales department Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Or bring your car in for service from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're closed on Sundays to rest and recharge with our families, so we can serve you well through the week. We hope to see you soon.
We see all you do to get work done, whether it's keeping your office clean or redesigning your space for 3 or 300. Our business is to keep business going. Buy online and pick up in store, or get free next business day shipping at Office Depot, Office Max, and OfficeDepot.com.
Dulles had a lot to talk about during that timeout. They don't have any more. 38.4 to go, 25 yards away from the end zone.
They almost have to pass here because if they run, the clock's going to keep running. Tisdale has a man in motion. Just as I say that, he fakes the pitch to the left. Throws it downfield. He has a man. Oh, but he dropped it at about the 1 yard line. It was not a great opportunity, but he had to dive for it. I believe it's number 9. Is it Bailey?
I believe that's who that was, Joseph Bailey or possibly Jeff Ohakawa, one or the other. And on the run, under a lot of duress, Tisdale made a very accurate pass.
Yeah, I thought it was not going to be even close, but it was a good pass. Unfortunately for the Vikings, there had to be a diving attempt for Bailey, and he was unable to snare it. Had he been able to catch it, they would have had the ball at the 1 yard line.
Number 21 comes into the game. We don't know who he is.
Boy.
I wonder if they'll throw to him. He could be the nameless hero.
Yeah, here's the 3rd and 9 situation for the Vikings. Man in motion, Tilley. Back to pass Tisdale, being rushed. He gets it downfield, it's open, man! Oh, he overshot Tilley. He was open, Roger, at about the 8 yard line. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow.
And somehow he got open in front of Patrick Smith. I guess the Rangers are playing a zone where they're kind of backing up.
It was hard to believe.
It was just so open, and it would have been 1st and goal.
Yep, and Tisdale did a great job of eluding the rush.
Now, you got
was a little high.
4th and 9. They've got to convert here, or the Rangers will be celebrating.
Yep, the play of the game here. 19-13, Clements Rangers on top. Dulles Vikings clinging, trying to take advantage of an opportunity here. They're at the 25 yard line, but the bad news for them, it's 4th and 9, and I believe the Rangers are going to call a timeout to discuss their defensive strategy here.
Well, you may be right, but there is a flag. I think the Vikings ran out of time, and you can't let that happen because you.
Wow.
What's that?
Let's see. Are they calling the timeout before? No.
Okay, I guess it was a delay of game penalty because they've moved the stick back, and it's now 4th and 14 instead of 4th and 9.
Yeah, that's tough. It's going to be a tough play for the Vikings here. The running team trying to somehow get a pass play in here in a time of desperate need. Tisdale has a man in motion. It's Hubbard. They fake the pitch. Downfield, he had a man wide open downfield, but he looked short for some reason. I'm not sure why. I think the reception was made, but he was like, 12 yards short of the first down.
Yep, ball goes over. Clements has the football, and all they need to do is run out the final 18.4, and they will get the victory in their first district game of the season.
Well, I tell you, Bailey's walking back at the Viking receiver. He was open downfield on basically a post pattern. He had his man beat.
Yeah, and you got to just throw it up and hope for the best,
I wonder if Tisdale lost track of the down marker or the distance or something, because he threw it short. There was really not much chance to get that first down. I think he kind of didn't have his thinking straight on that, unfortunately for him. But nonetheless, it was a good tackle over there, and like you said, basically one knee down, and the game is over. So the Rangers appear to be remaining undefeated, Roger.
Yeah. They have to be thrilled. They did take 3 pretty easy matches in their pre-district schedule, but that's probably what they needed. They got to figure out some things that they can do and do very well. Dulles is going to fall to 0-1 in district play and 2-2 overall. And, it's going to be kind of hard to tamp down the enthusiasm on the campus for these Clements Rangers.
Yeah, they're going to be excited tomorrow, and as the weeks ahead unfold, and the Vikings are going to have to try to regroup now after back-to-back close losses. Stratford last week, I believe you said, and then tonight here to Clements. But boy, I tell you, it was a good game all the way to the wire here. And the Rangers are able to hang on. One snap away. There's the knee. And both teams are lining up at the 50, Roger. And it's been a pleasure to be with you again tonight here on Thursday Night Football. And Clements remains undefeated, 19-13 over the Vikings of Dulles.
They get a victory, the Clements Rangers do, after a strange week because we had what we thought was going to be some brutal weather. So we didn't have any school on Tuesday and therefore no practices, and yet you have a Thursday game. So they didn't get to fully install and work on everything they wanted to work on, and yet the Clements Rangers battled through it. They win it 19-13, and everybody did line up at the 50, but they stop at the hash marks, and they're going to wave and wish each other the best, I hope.
Yes, yeah.
And so congratulations, Clements Rangers. You're 4-0. And so, Patrick, this just begins a very big week of football broadcasts, as you and I will be right back here in this same spot, God willing, tomorrow night, as the Ridge Point Panthers, they came out of the pre-district season 2-1. Lost a very close one last week. But I think they will, they do have a few injury problems. They have lost D.K. Kalu. They have lost Calvin. Dang it, I forgot his last name. Wears number 76. So they lost the best offensive lineman they have. They also lost one of their best defensive linemen. And Calvin Harvey. Sorry about that, Calvin, and your family, and your girlfriend, and all your friends, and, everyone in your neighborhood. Calvin Harvey is the one who is out for the year on the offensive line for Ridge Point, and they also lost D.K. Kalu. But they also had a defensive lineman or an offensive lineman get hurt late in that game that they lost on Saturday night. So Ridgepoint has a few problems, but they're taking on the Austin Bulldogs, who have struggled through a tough pre-district. They're at 0-3. So Patrick and I will have that one for you. We'll come on the air. We really will come on the air at 6:45. And we'll have the countdown to kickoff show, which we were unable to bring you tonight. And then on Saturday, Patrick's going to go jet setting all over the globe, enjoying the weekend with his wife and family. And I will be here at Hall Stadium for 2 games, one at 11, hosted by the Marshall Buffs, and another one at 6, hosted by the Willow Ridge Eagles. And I think I've yammered on and on enough here, Patrick.
Yes.
Thank you to Todd Harris. Thank you to the entire Vype team. Thank you to Randy Fry, our quality producer. There, I think he's under the brick and steel of a nondescript building in a bunker in Austin or somewhere in that area.
He and Mark Levin are.
That's right.
Sharing the bunker.
So. Congratulations to the homecoming king, Jackson Tilley, and the homecoming queen, Layla Spencer. And, I think hopefully they'll be able to enjoy that memory many decades from now, maybe when you and I are, have left the planet to go to heaven. But maybe they won't remember that they lost a tough one to the Clements Rangers, 19-13. Anything else you want to say, Patrick, before we say goodnight?
I think you said it all. It was a great game. Congratulations to the Rangers, staying undefeated, and I'm sure the Vikings will be back. They got a lot of resiliency, and I know they're going to still have a solid year here.
All right, and thank you very much for listening. This is VypeFortBend.com, your broadcast home for Fort Bend County sports. Again, Patrick and I will join you at 6:45 on Friday evening. It's going to be the Ridgepoint Panthers right here at Hall Stadium, taking on the Austin Bulldogs. Good night, everybody.